Woodward Sports, let's go.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Woodward Sports Network, let's go.
Welcome to the Morning Woodward Show, live on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. Good morning to you. It's Thursday, going to be a beautiful day today. We got a lot of sports to talk about, plus we're going to qualify you to get into the finals for our $25K Kick for Crypto contest. The grand finale is going on July 23rd, so we want to get you into the finals for that. Terry Foster's going to join the show today at 9 a.m. Plus, we got a bunch of basketball to talk about. One of the biggest blown leads in NBA history happened last night. But let's introduce everybody that's in the building today. To my right,
Corey, don't blow no leads, Woods.
to my left,
Joey,
and then, of course, we have Alex and Adam over there in producer land. Jeff is here manning our social media, and then Fish is in the building making sure all of our facts are straight. And if we step out of line, Fish comes in with the heat. So let's have a good show today. Let's not do what the 76ers did yesterday, because what they did, they started out strong, but then just destroyed it. And honestly, I feel like we've seen this more often than not in these NBA playoffs when there's two games. One's an absolute dud, and the other one is amazing.
This is the strangest playoffs I can remember in recent memory. We just talked about yesterday Mike Budenholzer and the Bucks having an all-time collapse in the playoffs. At least I did.
Yeah.
And then Doc Rivers says, hold my beer.
Yeah, I can beat that.
They had a 26-point lead. A 26-point lead, and the Hawks ended that game with like a 46-19 run?
According to the Elias Sports Bureau, with 2 minutes left in the third quarter, the 76ers had a 99.7% chance to win that game. Wow. 99.7% chance to win that game.
Wow.
And what the Hawks do? They snatched the life completely out of them and took the series. I mean, Joel Embiid had a good first quarter. He was, 5 for 5, 10 points, dominant in the game. I mean, you look at him here, like, the big man was playing like the big man.
Here's the thing. We got to be real. Joel Embiid played a phenomenal game. 37 points, 13 rebounds, 5 dimes, 4 blocks, 2 steals on 60% shooting. He had a great game until the last final moments when he smoked those 2 free throws. Seth Curry had a great game. 36 points on 68% shooting. Game of his life. Those 2 came to play. But when the rest of your team only scores 6 points in the second half, the whole team, outside of Joel Embiid and Seth Curry, the whole team only scored 6 points. You can't win.
76ers hit 16 shots in the first and only 19 in the next 3 quarters.
That's crazy.
In the next 3 quarters, and pretty much every single one of them was Embiid or Curry.
You guys want to see the quickest recap of this entire game?
Oh, man.
Takes about 20 seconds. This is a recap of what happened last night if you weren't paying attention. There goes the 76ers, first half. And here comes the Hawks. They just tracked their ass down.
And they got, the Hawks hawked them.
That's exactly what happened. Look at this guy.
He's dying, too.
That's what happened. I do have to give it up for look, he's celebrating. Oh, sorry. That was Doc Rivers at the end of the game right there.
That's amazing.
That was bad. I mean, Doc Rivers has got to do something about that. I just can't get over the fact that he only scored 6 points. I'm going to say it over and over. 6 points from the rest of the team the whole half. Doc Rivers once again proved to me that he's the most overrated coach in my lifetime. You can say, how can you say that about a guy that's won an NBA championship? Yeah, the guy was on the verge of getting fired before he was gifted Ray Allen and Kevin Garnett for basically a bag of chips.
Right, back before there were super teams.
Yeah, I mean, because Doc Rivers, he sucked when he was the Orlando Magic coach up until he got those 3 Hall of Famers. You could maybe you want to argue for, because now the Rondo's improved his legend. So outside of that, he was almost about to get fired out of Boston. He got let go at the Clippers. Now he's here, and as my brother said, he put together a Doc Rivers special. Doc Rivers teams are known to, at one point, they're known to choke. And I couldn't believe it. But, man, I said it. I said that the 76ers were the better team, but I also said that at one point, Trae Young has to actually explode because, granted, he was scoring a lot of points, but he didn't really have a Trae Young type game, and he did last night.
Well, he got dapped up by Quavo after the game, too.
Quavo?
So Quavo was at the game.
That was sweet, but I mean,
Here's Trae Young taking over, and there it is. There's some daps. Yeah, what's wrong with that? I mean, dude, the Philly
he's
fans.
holding that ball.
I was just thinking last night if this happened against the Pistons and I was in the stands and they blew a 26-point lead in a Game 5 and I'm just sitting there watching, I would have been going insane last night. Insane last night if I was a Philadelphia fan. And those fans stayed till the very end. Like, I can't imagine that feeling leaving that arena last night knowing you had a 26-point lead, knowing that, like, 100% win percentage with 2 minutes left in the third quarter, and it just all went away. Your season went away. The process is going away. Doc Rivers has got to go away. Embiid is going to, like, they just destroyed the whole franchise essentially in one quarter.
even Kendrick Perkins, when he was doing his little post game, he was ripping on his own former coach, Doc. Doc.
Yeah.
Like, come on. It just shows right there. Like, Doc Rivers, especially in the playoffs, yes, he got that one ring, but in the playoffs, he's showing that he is not that dominant of a coach.
Yeah, it was a rough look last night. We got to hear the post game from Trae Young, and he had some interesting to say. I think it's like a minute into this too is when it really gets interesting. But let's watch this whole post game interview.
We kept fighting. This team, I've been saying it all year. I've been saying it all playoffs. We keep fighting, and no matter what the score is, no matter if we're down or we're up, we're always gonna fight. And I'm proud of this team. We keep fighting.
What is that like in the huddles down the stretch when you look up and you're down 20 points at the end of the game and you still have enough confidence in each other?
like I said, we have confidence in each other. We're a great group to be around. We all love each other, love each other's company, and it shows on the court. And we never stop believing until the final buzzer goes off.
Coach McMillan trusts you implicitly. He says you're calling more plays for your team. What's this like down the stretch for you, knowing you're in control of what happens?
It's a lot. I mean, it's great that I have a coach that trusts me and trusts me that I'm going to put our team in the best position to win. And I'm still learning. I still have a lot to learn, a lot to get better at.
Lot to learn, lot to get better at, but if that kid keeps getting better, this league is in a lot of trouble.
Two things. You saw right there, he had 39 points and 7 assists. 25 of those came in the second half. In the second half, 7 for 15 in the second half, shot 47%. What more can you ask for a superstar or your star player to close out? But the second point I want to make is Doc Rivers, and I screenshot this off of in the internet because
off of the internet.
Off of the internet.
Internet. I'll say Twitter. I don't want to take the credit for this one. Doc Rivers' playoff history since winning the title with the 4 Hall of Famers in Boston. 2009. Celtics up 3-2 in Orlando, lose the series. 2010, Celtics up 3-2 in the Lakers in NBA Finals, lose the series. 2012, Celtics up 3-2 in the Heat in Eastern Conference Championship, lose the series. 2013, Clippers up 3-2 on the Grizz, lose the series, Game 7 at home. 2014, Clippers blow 15-point lead in Game 5 versus the OKC, end up losing series in 6. 2015, Clippers blow 3-1 lead to the Rockets. 2016, Clippers up 2-0 on the Blazers, lose series 4-2, 4 straight losses. 2017, lose Game 7 at home to the Jazz. 2020, Clippers blow a 3-1 lead to the Nuggets. And last night's game, blow a 26-point lead. Doc Rivers is a mediocre-ass coach.
I mean, numbers is numbers. Like he's proven it over the history. Like, you know, he can keep that NBA championship in his pocket. You can't take that away from him.
Can't take it away from him.
But with all of those choke jobs, you got to start looking at this guy with some suspect. Like, I don't know if he's going to be the guy to lead the process.
Coaching does matter, but it also shows that sometimes great players can overcome mediocre coaching.
And can we also point to tanking doesn't work? Like, this is a prime example of why tanking doesn't work. Did the Hawks tank to get Trae Young? No, they didn't. They made a trade on draft night to get him. Did they tank? Like, this is why I get so mad when people are, oh, man, that one win cost us 2 spots in the draft. Like, it doesn't matter if you're not drafting the right people.
What am I hearing?
What are you hearing, Fish?
That you don't need a number 1 draft pick to be good?
You don't.
Oh.
You need greats. You need good scouting.
Yeah, you need to draft well if you have the number 1 draft pick to be good. Because let's say, like LeBron James, number 1 draft pick. Pretty good draft pick
But
there,
you could
right?
be 38th in the draft and still get a good player.
Oh, yeah. I mean, look at the MVP this year was the 42nd overall
41st.
draft. 41st overall draft pick. So, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you can even look at Sadiq Bey, number 19 pick right there. So it's like you don't need those first picks.
No, it helps if you can draft right, but it's not the end-all, be-all in creating a championship team. And anybody who sits up here and cries about winning a game because it may hurt our draft status, like, you just don't get it.
Having the number 1 pick doesn't mean dick if you draft like a guy like Anthony Bennett.
Right.
What, Corey? What
or
did you
Greg
say?
Oden.
Yeah. Hey, he was hyped coming out of college, though.
He was. He was 97 years old coming out of college, Greg Oden. He was the oldest college person I've ever seen in my life. That dude looked old as hell.
old.
He
Oldest Langford,
like
number
he was
1.
heading to retirement as a rookie.
Yes. No, yeah.
Well, he technically did, actually. So
Right. He had those knee problems when he was like 6 years old. Like, poor Greg Oden. And then, look at the number 2 pick.
and said you tank and draft a guy named Ben Simmons.
There you go.
Man.
And then you trade away a Marquez Fultz. Like you do all those things and it doesn't really help your squad at all. So,
Dude, it's crazy when you look at this team. Freaking Ben Simmons, Tobias Harris, both single digits. Dude, Tobias Harris, 4 points in 38 minutes. Come on.
come on, Toby. Step your game up. That wasn't the only game last night, though. The Clippers and the Jazz. And this game started out in the Jazz favor, but the Clippers just ended up chipping away. And we joked about it yesterday. Is Paul Pierce going to have his Kevin Durant moment?
Paul Pierce.
Or Paul Pierce, sorry.
Paul George.
Paul George. Is Paul George going to have his Kevin Durant moment?
PG-13 is back.
He had his Kevin Durant moment. It was amazing.
And let's look at the start of this series when they were down 2-0, and then you look at the way he's bounced back. 31 points back-to-back, and then 37 last night.
It was time. I mean, all jokes aside.
Who else is it going to be?
I mean, but still, or exactly, but again, Paul George, all jokes aside, Paul George is a phenomenal basketball player. It's just that he has not shown it in the postseason. These past 3 games, he's shut up everybody. You can't say enough about him. 37 points, 16 rebounds, had an aggressive-ass first half. Second half kind of took a little bit of a backseat, but, his fellow players are playing good. Marcus Morris, 25 points, and I got to say it.
The Detroit Pistons.
Reggie Schmurda. Reggie
22
Jackson,
points.
22 points.
Yep.
He's he's the third leading scorer now with Kawhi Leonard's sideline. He's their second leading scorer. So can't say enough about it.
So here's something interesting I'm noticing when all these big stars go down on these multiple star teams and you're getting the one guy to step up and really put up those stats. Is that going to be more desirable for players in the league to want to be the guy on the team and put up the 39? Or I feel like we're kind of shifting away from the super teams.
Oh, most definitely.
Like, I feel like the Trae Youngs of the world, the Lukas of the world, the Jokic's of the world. Now you see playoff P exploding because he's not number 2 anymore.
Yeah.
He gets to be the man. And I'm thinking a lot of these players are going to want to start being the man again instead of taking a back seat to another star on the team.
That trend could happen. I don't know if it will, but I will say this. If Paul George's game last night is any proof it could, it's a good thing that it could happen. I hope it happens.
Yeah.
I hope to see more stars just try to become the guy on the team and then try to surround themselves with good quality teammates. I mean, all jokes aside, I don't think Reggie Jackson is a number 1 option, but as a 3rd or 4th option, yeah, sure, why not? Go ahead and surround yourself with teams. I think right now we're seeing with the league is that you don't necessarily have to have a big 3 to win a championship. Maybe you can have, You would another
A 1.5.
One, yeah, 1.5.
Literally a 1.5 now.
Position, it is.
Right. And it's good because it'll create more parity in the league. And that's what you want to see. You want to see superstar versus superstar, not 3 superstars versus 1 and maybe an okay player. Like, we know how that's going to end. Superstar versus superstar, every game is going to be kind of up in the air. After the game, Playoff P was asked about Playoff P.
Yeah, is this what Playoff P looks like?
Sure.
And that was it. That was it. Sure. But you like how he's not sitting up there pounding his chest and, damn right, that's what playoff. Y'all doubted me, and he has every right to do that right now.
He knew that the self-proclaimed Playoff P name was garbage. And right now, he's just like, you know what? I'm just hooping.
Yep.
That's the vibe I got from it.
Well, it was a great game last night. I did not expect the Clippers to win it all. I expected them to fold up shop once Kawhi was down, and I expected Donovan Mitchell just to take over that game. Had a decent game, but I don't know. I honestly expected the Jazz to run away with that last night, and they didn't. Now they're in trouble, down 2-3 in the series. And speaking of another series that is at 3-2, we got another game tonight between the Nets and the Bucks. Who you guys taking to this game? Is the Slim Reaper going to finish them off?
I'm going to go with the Bucks in this game for one reason. I think that asking Kevin Durant to have another miraculous masterpiece performance, again, is asking a lot. Do I think the Nets are going to win this series? Absolutely. I think the Nets are going to win this series in 7. But I think tonight the Bucks are going to take this game.
So do you pull the Reggie Miller and sit both of them if you think you're going to lose anyways?
First off, when I read that, I'm like, I had to make sure I was reading it a couple times because the idea of behind sitting James Harden, that's not too crazy to think about. I mean, he was 1 for 10. He was a defensive liability. The Nets probably could have won that game a lot earlier had he not been involved in the game plan. With that being said, sitting both Kevin Durant and James Harden is probably the dumbest thing I have ever heard. Hell no.
Suicidal on that one.
I mean, like,
for
come
real.
on, you don't play with fire like that. I'm just thinking, like, okay, let James get his rest because I think Kevin Durant is enough to go ahead and finish off the Bucks. And
finish them.
Was he being for real when he said that, or was that just the biggest?
I hope not.
Clickbait. I don't know what the hell that is.
I think he was just throwing something out there, throwing something to the wall and seeing what stuck. Trying to draw up conversation. The thing is, it worked because we're talking about it now.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about, like, can you imagine back in the day? Yeah, I think they should sit Jordan and Pippen just for the game 6. Like, that doesn't happen, man.
You know what? Giannis played 42 minutes last game. Let's give him a break this game.
Yeah.
Let's just give him a break.
I mean, that's 6 minutes less than what KD did. So, yeah, he deserves a break. Let's just give him a rest, too. You know what? Let's see all the bench players. Let's call some guys up. 10-day contracts. Let's go.
He would have been better off saying, should they limit their minutes in this game? And even then, I still kind of been like, I'd have been like, But again,
it's the playoffs.
But playoffs. But then I'm like, okay, KD, I would maybe limit KD's minutes a little bit because he played all 48 last game, didn't miss a second, and he is coming off that injury last year. Just want to give him a little bit of rest. Maybe not play him another 48 minutes again. But yeah, Reggie, you tripping?
Play ball. Play ball, Reggie. Just play ball. So, yeah, game tonight. Joey, who do you got?
I'm going to go with the Bucks tonight.
You're going to go with the Bucks? I hope the Nets pull it out, man.
Really?
I want to see the Nets
finish it.
Yeah, I just want to see them finish it, get well rested for the next round because I want to see a healthy Nets team, man. I think we're missing out on history by this team falling apart, but that's part of the issues right now in the NBA. And we got to give a shout out to our people at Levels. I cannot wait for this grand opening that is going on next month. It's going to happen in Centerline. We've been teasing it for, I feel like, months, but this is taking a lot of planning because of all the things that are going to be there at the grand opening. So make sure you are there too. Go to @EnjoyLevels on Instagram or enjoylevels.com right now to check it all out.
Tony is a third-generation logger that has a simple, practical approach to life and work. That's why his Coast DX342 knife is perfect for him. The stainless steel blade is rust-resistant and made for all-weather use. And the double roll-lock safety ensures that it will never inadvertently close when he doesn't want it to. That's why Coast is trusted tough.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show, live on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. And coming up at 9 a.m., not only is Terry Foster going to be here today, but we got your chance to qualify for our $25K Kick for Crypto contest, where all you got to do, kick a football into the back of our truck, and you could win $25,000 in crypto. And you get to pick the crypto, too, so it's really up to you. We're qualified at 9 a.m., noon, and 4 p.m. right here on the Woodward Sports Network. So yesterday, shortly after our show ended, there was a press conference in Ann Arbor right in front of the big house, and it was a bunch of former people that went to Michigan, played different sports at Michigan. I mean, there was a wrestler, there was a football player out there, and they were talking just really about Bo Schembechler and about how Bo knew and he covered it up, and how the university has kind of wiggled their way around this. They did a investigation, but the investigation was really just bought and paid for, essentially. So what they were asking for is a new investigation, new people to look into this, without the boosters, without the people from Michigan being in charge of it. And, it's just been a weird conversation to have, because obviously this is very sensitive to a lot of people, and you got to be sensitive to the victims, and you got to be sensitive to the fact that we're dealing with dead people as well, and families are fighting. Michigan is being torn apart.
There's so much with this.
It's crazy.
You even look at Bo's son having to come out and do this. So you look at the family. When you mention the family, think about what this does when you have some of the family on this side and some of the family on the other side. He's not even here. You can't even talk with him about this entire thing and ask him why and figure it out for yourself. We just got to go off of evidence from 50 years ago, which I'm sure they don't even have any track record of.
What's interesting to me is, we talk about Michigan being in a divide because, some people at Michigan now want the whole thing shut down, Bo gone. Other people are steadfast in defending him. Yesterday the Hook had on Brad Stanner, who has come out in support of Bo, saying that that's not the Bo he knew, that the wife doesn't agree with it, that Bo's biological son doesn't agree with it. And what's interesting to me, what I took away from that press conference yesterday, is John Vaughn. He was one of the guys that spoke out. And even he internally, as a victim, is torn because Bo taught him good things in life, but this bad thing also happened. So here's what John Vaughn had to say about Bo.
Of a man that personally did harm to me, but personally gave me tools that I've carried into my life. So there are still things that I do 31 years after meeting Bo that I still do today.
How do you reconcile that?
You pray that he has peace, because I have peace. It was a tumultuous year. There were sleepless nights, there were threats, there were times I was moving hotels every 4 or 5 days because people were following us home, breaking into our email. It was crazy, just for speaking the truth. I mean, there were things that my mother told me about the civil rights, who is now passed, that I was like, how am I living this? Just by telling the truth. And we're really just talking about a football game where I have teammates currently dealing with prostate cancer that have died from prostate cancer. I've gotten to know Chuck Christie. There are guys that are scared to go to doctors. That blows my mind because of what they went and dealt with at the University of Michigan. So that legacy is on him. I hope that he died with peace. I hope that at some point in time his family comes to reconcile the fact that my father wasn't that perfect. But that's okay. He did some great things for the city. He did some great things for college football. And let's not forget, we're still the winningest program in college football history, even though we can't beat Ohio State right now.
It's just so crazy for me that guy, because he could sit there and still acknowledge he was a great man. He did great things. This was just a big fault that he covered up.
Kind of sound like he's talking out of both sides of his mouth.
But that's the internal struggle that I was talking about. It's going on campus right now in Michigan. It's going on between the family of the Schembechlers and even the victims because of who Bo was as a good man that most people looked at him as. But at the same time, he didn't protect that guy when he was supposed to, supposedly. So,
That's the crazy part.
That to me struck more to me than anything else I've heard throughout this whole conversation, because you're watching somebody digest it, you're watching somebody who supposedly had to deal with it, and you're watching somebody move past it and acknowledge the good in the man and the bad in the man. And I think there's a lot of mismeasured thinking like that guy has. Like John Vaughn, to me, is a small encapsulation of this whole process, because he's a victim, but he also still admires Bo.
But that's the thing, though, is he even stated that even when I came out and I spoke, nothing happened. So he started probably in his head psychologically where things just all didn't make sense to him. I mean, he's still young, you know, as a college athlete, you're still from 18 to probably 22. So you're still at that age where, I mean, this is probably 30, 40 years for him right now. And to see him speaking out as a grown-ass man like that and still unsure in his head as to how he feels about the entire situation is just crazy.
It honestly, like, you know, we've talked about this now for a couple of weeks, and I think when we first talked about it, it was one thing, at least in my head. And the more that I keep learning and the more that I keep digesting, and then, like I said, last night or yesterday when I was watching him speak, I watched everybody speak. I watched the whole press conference. But to me, that was the biggest moment, when I'm literally watching somebody trying to figure out themselves. It's a weird situation, man. And I hope, you know, the debate isn't whether this happened with Anderson. The debate is now, did Bo cover it up?
Yeah.
Like, that's because even the university acknowledged what happened with Anderson. So the debate now is, did Bo cover this up? Did Bo know? I don't know, and I'm not going to commit either way on that, and I'll never do that. But John Vaughn really struck a chord with me for some reason.
I mean, probably because, like you said, you can really witness, like, the dude was torn.
Right.
It was like all over his face. He's torn. He does not know how to really feel about him, about the man. I said he's talking about the side of his neck, but it's just like I don't know what that feels like, to be that torn about a guy who has taught you so much in life that was good, but also covered up something that was the one of the most heinous acts ever.
Yeah,
I mean, think of your
personal,
man.
Honestly, how can you? What can you say if that guy can't figure out? How do you expect me to figure it out?
Think about it in our personal lives. Like, what's like the most monumental moments in our lives? Like, just say high school coaches or whatever it is that you have that personal tie with, to where for those 4 years when you're under them, you look at them as honestly like a godly figure.
Right.
You look at them, you look up to them. For me, I mean, Alfred Casa was my high school football coach at Brother Rice, and he's someone that there's so many things that I still look up to him to this day. If I were to ever have heard things like this years later, it's going to be in my head like, damn, well, when he did this and then he did this, it's going to all confuse you.
Yeah.
No matter how many years later, you're going to remember those memories, and then you're going to remember the good, but then that bad is just going to ruin it all for you.
So we're still getting information on it. This is still becoming a thing, and there's probably going to be another investigation that is outside of the university looking into this. It's still he said, she said at this point, whether Bo knew or not. And, you know, like I said, we had Brandstatter on the network yesterday, and people have been throwing heat at him for just speaking his truth. And a lot of times you get washed up in this, and, you know, people are going to try to cancel him now just because he's saying what he knew.
I want to walk a fine line with what I say this. I don't understand with Dr. Anderson and Bo being both dead and there not being a lot of tangible evidence outside of what the accusers say, what the victims say. I don't understand how you can really go hardcore either way right now. That's
the society we live in.
Yeah, it's like if you wanna lean more towards empathizing with the victims after the stories that you're hearing, okay, I can understand that. But just going hardcore, like this has to be done this way, I just don't. I really don't know. I don't want to bring MSU into this, but like with the Larry Nassar, this guy was alive. We were able to bring him to justice. You can't bring Bo to justice. So I'm just. It's a weird thing for me.
But the thing is, like, Anderson needs to be brought to justice.
Yeah,
like Bo is the side story, but it's become the main story.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was just Dr. Anderson and Bo was all taken out of this picture, I guarantee this would be a different thing. I mean, we talked about it the other day of Bo is this.
He's
to
the most
Michigan.
he's one of their most, if not the most revered person in their history.
Dude, how many people got a hall named after them on Michigan's campus like that?
A
statue. A statue. So it's like, I've been in the Michigan locker room, and it's literally Bo all over everything.
It's Bo all over that damn thing,
The
especially the big house.
Yes.
Especially the big house. I mean, and I think that's probably going to be the most interesting thing with Michigan is because if you scrub Bo, you're scrubbing a huge part of their history of what Michigan is.
Yeah, and honestly, like, you could take his name off the building, you take the statue down, but it doesn't change anything. It's like when they try to, take away Final Four banners. Like, no, I watched them play. Like, it happened. We can't pretend history didn't happen just because we want to go like this and say, well, okay, if we take everything down, it settles the cases. Like, no,
See, but this is the
doesn't
tough
change
part.
a damn thing.
It's tough, though. I mean, a lot of people coming out saying cancel Michigan, and it's like, come on. There's so much history outside of just the Bo and Dr. Anderson that's brought this bad taste towards the whole Michigan University. What could you do? I mean, as a university, and they haven't really spoken much on any of this, what can
they
you do?
came out with an apology for the victims. But
of course they're going to do that. Come on.
Yeah.
The one thing I think they could do, and I'm just spitballing here, when they do their independent investigation, another investigation, probably just go after the people who did know that are still alive.
Right.
That's the only thing I'm thinking of they could really do. And if those people that are still alive and that they knew about are able to come out and speak up on, what they, were brought to justice, then, I mean, maybe they could provide some evidence on Bo's account. I don't know.
It's not for us to figure out. It's for us to talk about and discuss and, like, take the information that we learn and put it out there so other people can see it. Because if you missed that John Vaughn yesterday, like, now you know. And that's our job. Our job's not to figure this shit out. So don't sit up here and try to think that we got to solve this problem. It's not our problem to solve. It's on the University of Michigan to take care of it.
This is going to be an interesting cloud hanging over not just over their football season. This is about to be a cloud hanging over that school for a nice amount of time.
Yep. Well, here we go. We'll figure out about that. But one thing we do know, 8 Mile vodka is delicious, and I absolutely love it, and I cannot wait for this weekend. I pick up my mom from the airport tonight, Joey.
She's been wanting a bottle of 8 Mile, too.
I don't know if I'm going to give her the whole bottle, but we'll have a cocktail this weekend. But, Mom, if you want to drink the whole bottle with me, we can do that, too.
What are you excited for, Stick?
My mom's coming in town this weekend.
Okay, but the weekend.
Yes.
Fish, we like weekends, too.
Yes, Fish, we like weekends. Just not on Monday do we start our countdown.
It's called looking forward to something. You've probably been looking forward to when is she coming in Saturday? Today? You've probably been looking forward for like 7 weeks.
I am looking forward to it.
It's been 2 years. He hasn't seen her in 2 years.
I haven't seen my mom in 2 years.
I
You
know.
see your mom every day, Fish.
Okay, but I'm saying that you
You're
knew
so
she
ungrateful.
You knew she was coming today.
Yep.
Like, I don't know, 7, 8, 9, 10 weeks ago.
No, those are like 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
I bought her
Well,
ticket.
anyways, you've been looking forward to it 3 weeks.
Can I get through this fucking read? 8 Mile vodka, born in Detroit. Grab it at any Meijer store. It's absolutely delicious. And have a great weekend that we all look forward to.
Have a great what?
A weekend.
Good morning, everyone.
Extra, read all about it.
Let's get into Joey's news.
Let's go.
Thankfully, the Chris Paul swept the Denver Nuggets because they got this break right now, and it broke out yesterday that he's ruled out indefinitely because of coronavirus protocols. He is vaccinated. Can we talk? Yes.
What?
I don't know.
You can. Here's the thing.
I don't know what's going on with this.
You can still catch COVID even if you are vaccinated. It just lessens. The vaccine just prevents death.
We are so dumb as a society. We are the dumbest people. Like
I
get the vaccine. All right, I got the vaccine. You still got COVID. Then why the fuck did I get the vaccine? Like, I get it. They can still carry it and give it to other people and stuff like that. It's like, whatever.
Chris Paul having the season of his career
God.
And we don't know what it is. I mean, the word indefinitely scares me. I hate that word.
To me, that doesn't scare me because that could be 2 days or it could be 2 weeks. Like, it definitely means undetermined.
Yeah, but indefinitely for someone on coronavirus protocols that's vaccinated. Like, come on. What's the chances of that?
I'm thinking that he may. First off, if I'm Chris Paul, I'm hoping that this Clippers and Jazz series goes 7.
Yes.
You need that to go 7 for you, but I'm thinking because he's vaccinated, it may lessen his time of quarantine, and hopefully he's able to get back out there because let's say he misses game 1 or game 2, that will be one of the worst things for the NBA to have a main star miss the first couple of games of a conference championship.
A vaccinated star. Like, dude went out of his way to prevent this.
Got poked 2 times.
Yeah, and here he is. And I wonder what, like, did he tested positive for COVID?
Yeah, they were really limited on the details on this.
The NBA released their test results every week, and one player tested positive for coronavirus, and you know who that is?
Chris Paul.
It's all Rudy Gobert's fault, starting with licking microphones.
Still his fault.
Corey had a busy day yesterday, ran in telling us that news, and then ran in telling us the news of Kawhi Leonard being out with a sprained ankle, and we all thought Clippers are done.
Oh, we passed sprained ankle. We had ACL.
Yeah, it's ACL.
Oh,
now.
it's ACL.
Yeah, he
ACL.
done.
He's
done. Like, he ain't coming back.
So yesterday, Clippers now ahead of the Jazz, 3-2. Paul George went off 37 points, putting the team on his back. Also tacked on 16 rebounds. And the Clippers were down 2-0 to start the series. Paul George finally came out.
Oh, that's huge. He had a huge game last night, and he had to. They have no other options.
Like, realistically, when you put the whole Kevin Durant the day before about KD has to come out to play, I put this on a similar level.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, you have to. You lost your star, and you came out, put the team on your back, and led them to victory in a Game 5.
And
it's not as impressive because he kind of established his will throughout the entire 4 quarters. KD had that explosion. It was just, like, crazy to watch. So, but, yeah, Paul just did great last night. What else can you say?
People have been asking Paul George to step up in the playoffs. We've seen the memes. We've seen the jokes. He came out, answered the call. Now go do it again. Congrats.
Simple as that. LeBron James, obviously not a happy camper.
Oh, what's he crying about now? Not even playing, still crying.
This is one that I could at least agree with a little bit because the news of Kawhi yesterday, he took to Twitter to complain and defend the players, stating this right here. They all didn't want to listen to me about the start of the season. I knew exactly what would happen. I only wanted to protect the well-being of the players, which ultimately is the product and benefit of our game. These injuries isn't just part of the game. It's the lack of pure rim rest before starting back up. 8, possibly 9 All-Stars have missed playoff games, most in league history. And it is crazy. We were talking about this yesterday, how injuries have affected this NBA playoff. It feels like it's way more drastic than in past years.
You may not like LeBron James, but what he said, I don't care what anybody says, it has validity to it because this was the quickest turnaround time from one season ending to starting it back up. So, and then also too, a lot of the games were so close together. So this injuries weren't just happening right now in the playoffs. This was a thing going on throughout the season where stars were just going down because they were playing so quickly. So
yeah, but what I hate about this is it's LeBron being LeBron. It's an I statement. It's not a we statement. I was right. You should have listened to me. I knew this. And it's like, dude, okay.
I will say this. If there's anybody who knows about taking care of their body, it's a guy that spends $1.5 million to do it. So
a year.
What's
so
that,
I'm gonna,
like 10 cents to him?
Hey, I'm just saying he knows.
Not even.
Right. The thing is, you may not like him, and the reasons you may not like him are you can say they're valid. But on this one, he's spot on. This has been one of the worst playoffs, one of the worst seasons, and it's because of the injuries. We're about to possibly start. Think about this. It's a possibility it might be a Suns-Hawks finals.
I love it.
I hate that.
I love
it. To see that.
I want to see that. Oh yeah, so we should watch. We should watch old ass LeBron lose again for the 7th time in the finals.
Hey,
Still got 4.
I'd rather see that.
Give me
than
someone
this.
new. Give me someone new.
But I like the switch up, though. I mean, the switch up,
Yeah,
you get to see these young talent. And, I mean, we need Chris Paul on this one, though.
Yeah.
I want to see Chris ball out like this.
Right.
Hawks wake up after a miraculous comeback, down 26 to beat the 76ers.
Crazy.
By 3. Trae Young, new playoff career high with 39 points. The 76ers, Joel Embiid, 37 and 13. Seth Curry, 36. But you look at this game, it was all Joel Embiid and Seth Curry. They had no help outside of that.
Yep.
I mean, the rest of the team scored 6 points in the second half. 6 points.
Even crazier, 76ers had 16 shots in the first quarter, only 19 in the next 3 quarters.
I feel so bad for Seth Curry, man.
Why, he'll never be his brother?
Yeah, honestly, like I'm watching that game last night, and you're thinking of the 76ers fans, and every time you hear Seth Curry, you're like, oh, we were that close to Steph Curry. That close to heaven.
I'm thinking, I feel sorry for him because he played the game of his life.
Yeah, he's good.
And the rest of his team choked. Like, this is supposed to be a game where we sit up here like, man, Seth Curry and Joel Embiid, they played a great game. Seth Curry, maybe he might play himself into a bigger contract this offseason or get whatever. But
yeah, he's playing his way into a contract. You're
Man,
right.
the only reason he went from Liberty to Duke was because of his brother, so he better ride that and take it with him.
No, he's a good player in his own right, but it's almost like having a knockoff on your team. It's so funny he's out there because he looks very similar game and everything.
Yeah.
And with the 19th pick in the 2020 NBA draft, the Detroit Pistons select Saddiq Bey. And he got 4, number 4 on the Rookie of the Year run. We got to clap it up for LaMelo Ball, who did end up winning it. But I'm proud, man. Our rookie team, they did a good job this year.
Yep, and there's a rundown right
there.
He
had a chance, as you can see.
Well, he really didn't because all the 3 points he got were all third-place votes. You get 1 point for third-place votes. But still, I mean, to be drafted 19 and to even have votes as Rookie of the Year, that's great. You see Halliburton up there, and then obviously LaMelo took it home.
Yeah, those are the top picks of that draft.
When we were talking about the Pistons potentially having a Rookie of the Year candidate, we didn't expect that Piston to be up in that running. We expected to be Killian Hayes, but the fact that it was Saddiq Bey up there, that just means that it's really good for the Pistons because now that means that Troy Weaver scouted, great talent, and I'm happy.
LA Sparks Erica Wheeler at 5'7" putting buckets on 6'9" Brittany Griner here. You see, it's going to kind of look like Stick versus Easy tonight.
7 seconds left on the shot clock. Here's Wheeler with it underneath. Wheeler over Griner. Erica clutch. Wheeler.
Dude, she is a beast.
Which one?
Brittany.
Oh yeah,
Dude,
Griner
like
looks
that's a
huge
big
out
woman
there.
right out there.
Yep. She's a tall lady. She could dunk. She was the first one to dunk, wasn't she, or something like that?
Brittany Griner?
Yeah.
Oh, what was her name?
No, not Brittany Griner. The WNBA, Lisa Leslie.
Oh, Lisa Leslie. Okay.
And we got to check out Spencer Torkelson, first double-A hit and RBI on this video.
Stretches. Kreidler from third, the 1-2. Torkelson swings up the middle, base hit to center. Scoring from third is Kreidler. Rounding first and holding with an RBI single is Torkelson, his first.
Congratulations, Torque.
It's all turning around for him now. I like this.
Yeah, and that's part of the MLB process, man. You got to learn how to come out of slumps. You got to learn different pitchers and switch different leagues. But yeah, Torkelson's looking good. The Tigers, I mean, I'm sure that's your next story. Go ahead.
The Tigers are sweeping the Royals with a 6-5 win yesterday. But even crazier, since May 5th, the Tigers are 21-17.
Damn.
Oh. And it gets by Gallagher, and Grossman's going to score. The Tigers take the lead.
And there it is.
I don't think that one got him, Shep. I think that was just a clean, wild pitch.
Stick, you understand this game a lot. I'll say you know about baseball a lot more than me.
Did
you expect this type of turnaround so far? Not saying they're about to be some type of playoff run, but just how well they're playing lately.
Lately, this is what you wanted to see going into the season, and baseball is such a long season. You're going to have these, peaks and valleys. So there's going to be another stretch when they go 17-35. So
okay.
I feel like in the end it'll all balance out, and if we get to become like a 500 ball club, that's a win for this team for this season, and it shows that A.J. Hinch has them going in the right direction.
Just trying to see the temperature of like, okay, what should we be expecting? Because oh my God, we're about to go to the playoffs. I want to see what are the right expectations for this.
Yeah,
that's the thing is how many more games? We're not even a quarter of the season in.
Yeah, it's a 162 game season, so like
long season.
Yeah, I mean, there's been teams that have started out like 20 games above 500 and ended up below 500 complete. Like it's just so baseball's such a game of attrition. So I want to see them continue this. That would be great if we were able to sneak into the playoffs, even that wild card or whatever. But if that happens, that's a miracle, and A.J. Hinch deserves Coach of the Year.
Hey, glad we got him here.
Yes. No, I love A.J. Hinch's coaching style. The only thing I knocked about him was he didn't really take ownership of the cheating scandal for the Astros right away. He has now, but right away it was, I didn't really know about it. And it's like, okay, it's kind of like the Bo situation. Well, if you knew about it and let it happen, you're bad. If you didn't know about it, it shows you have no pulse of your locker room. So either way, it's not a good look. At least own it.
And Tatis crushing this career long right here. 477 feet on this home run.
Fly ball, deep left field, crushed. Fernando Tatis Jr. connects on his 21st home run of the year, and the Padres are on the board emphatically.
Man, why couldn't that be Miggy's season? He would have seen that 500 by now.
Yeah, I still think we'll get to that 500 for Miggy, though, by the end of the season. I'm looking forward to when we get close, because at least then that'll create a nice little buzz around the Tigers.
And a lot of buzz going on around Northwestern Tech, because this is just that school that works. Think about COVID. Think about in your head how many things you wanted to just switch up in your personal life, because we've had nothing but time to think about that. And if you've been thinking towards your career and wanting to switch it up, go check out the HVAC school that works. Visit northwesterntech.edu. It's a 10.5-month hands-on HVAC program, and this could be your new career that you're going to be never regretting looking back on this day.
Hey guys, I'm D-Mac.
Hey guys, I'm Pilar.
That was a little slow.
All right.
Hi, I'm D-Mac.
I wasn't ready. I was doing this.
Hi, I'm D-Mac.
Hey, I'm Pilar.
I'm Maz. You're lit. Hi, I'm D-Mac.
I'm Pilar.
I'm Maz. We suck.
You suck.
Catch us Monday to Friday, 3 to 5.
Every day right here on The Hook.
On Woodward Sports Network.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show, live on the Woodward Sports Network, and we're live streaming right now on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. And you can also listen to us on our app, which is free for download, and right at the bottom of the screen right now. There you go, Apple and Google Play stores. Go download that, and don't forget, coming up in about 12 minutes, we're going to qualify somebody for our $25K Kick for Crypto contest with Woodward Sports. I wanted to touch on this before we get into Adam's bets. What's the worst excuse you guys have ever given?
The worst excuse. You ever pull off the dog with the homework one? I did that, and I never even had a dog.
I can see that why that's an excuse now, because when I first got Woody, he was eating up some plastic, and I was like, oh, that's where that came from.
It's believable.
All right, I covered up. I don't even say I covered it up. I gave a stupid excuse to get out of football practice because I did something stupid, which was going to make me perform bad at football practice. Went to the doctor. I can't remember what I had going on, but I had to take some ibuprofen, and they gave me the 800 milligram ones. My dumb ass took 2 instead of 1. So I was super sleepy. So I lied to my football coach and told him that I couldn't come to practice because I ate some bad catfish.
All right, the old bad catfish excuse.
Now, here's the part where it's going to get really funny.
Plot twist.
Guess from sophomore year through the rest of high school,
you had a new nickname.
Guess I had a new nickname.
Catfish?
Fish.
Oh, really? Oh! Corey's the OG fish?
If I could tag some of my old high school friends, they will back that story up.
That is hilarious. And it's almost very similar to this story. Shelby Houlihan, an American record holder for the 1,500 and 5,000 meters, was banned for 4 years after failing to prove that tainted pork caused her positive test for anabolic steroids. She blamed it on a burrito. A pork burrito is why she was taking steroids.
Some Taco Bell.
Yeah, and she posted up something on her Instagram. It's a nice picture, but
What's a nice picture of what? A burrito?
It's just her on the track, but it says, "I still have all the dreams I had when I was 5. I've been incredibly fortunate to be able to achieve some of them. I still have others that I'm working towards. But the thing that truly drives me is the love and joy I get from doing what I love and reaching my potential." On January 14th, 2021, I received an email from the Athletics Integrity Unit, the AIU, informing me a drug testing sample that I provided on December 15th, 2020 has returned with adverse analytical finding for anabolic steroids called nandrolone. And I'm not a doctor, so I may have mispronounced that. When I got the email, I had to read it over and over 10 times and Google what it was that I had tested positive for. I've never even heard of it. And since I've learned that it's long understood by the WADA, the World Anti-Doping Agency, that eating pork can lead to a false positive for that drug. So she's blaming it on a pork burrito she got from a food truck.
You mean to tell me all this time I needed to get some steroids and I could have been a better athlete? I could have just went and ate some pork?
That's it. That's it. The other white meat, kids. Eat your pork if you want to be on steroids. So
we're about to all start eating burritos daily.
Right. You're about to see Mikey TikTok in here just eating pork chops nonstop.
He would be
There's
the
steroids in here, right? There's steroids.
He would be the one to do that, too.
While flexing on camera.
You're going to lay off Mikey.
4 years
But the Mikey
too.
jokes are classic, but it's like, damn.
Well, he sets himself up like his new esports show. He's sitting up here on stage, like warming up, and I see him looking in the camera and like flexing and like admiring himself. It's like, bro, what are you doing here? Like, there's mirrors. You can look at yourself anytime. So, shout out to Mikey TikTok. We love you, and make sure you watch the Epicenter every night at 10 p.m. right here on the Woodward Sports Network, especially if you're down with gaming. They do a great job of highlighting gamers all over Twitch. But I just thought this was a hilarious excuse. Like,
that's
a
funny.
burrito caused me to fail.
Man. Okay. That's a new one.
Yep. Well, speaking of not failing, Adam is up next, and he's got his bets ready to go. Also, a big event happening today at 2 p.m. that we're going to talk about coming up next on the Woodward Sports Network.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We are recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand. Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10 and a half months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire a graduate of Northwestern Tech. Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show, live on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. Thank you guys for waking up with us, being a part of the comments in the conversation. I love reading the comments while we're here. You guys are a part of the family and a part of the show, so thank you guys so much for that. Speaking of a part of the show, the one, the only, Adham is here. Mikey TikTok is here. Button up Adam is what I'm going to start calling you, because we've been buttoned up all week long, man. Appreciate it.
Can we cut to Fish? I'm so proud of him right now.
Oh, he's got on Adam's hat.
I mean, you threw your hat, so
I've never seen Fish in a hat. Now that you,
I'm not a big hat person. I'll be honest.
Well, you look good in them.
I don't wear hats.
What about that L hat with the Lions?
Well, okay. I told you if you put it in a shirt, I would wear it. I'm not a hat person.
You look
but
good
if you put it in a shirt,
Fish.
You do look good, Fish.
Thank you. But if you put it in a shirt, I'll wear it.
Ladies are lighting up the chat right now, saying, "Damn, is Fish
wear
single?"
It with pride.
Wear that American flag on your head with pride.
Well, I'm gonna give it back to Adam as soon. You want it back, Adam?
Yeah, I do.
All right, I'll toss it
my
back to you.
favorite hat.
Yep.
Okay.
And fortunately enough, Adam got me a hat. Just
Why don't
like
you have
that.
a Lebanon hat? Do you have a Lebanon hat?
No.
Oh. You don't like Lebanon?
No. Let's not do this.
Okay.
Adam, welcome.
I'm getting deported in about an hour.
Yeah.
Fucking fish.
So, how'd your bets go last night, man?
Yesterday was good. Unfortunate. It should have been a 4-1 night. We finished 3-2. Yankees couldn't score. Super unfortunate conditions. They weren't even predicted going into the game. They won 3-2. It was fine, but I had them winning by more than a run, so that was frustrating. Mets won by more than a run, so that was good. I was happy. 3-2, but my underdog bet did hit last night with the Habs winning. So that made all the money. Even if we lost 2 games, we still won because our underdog hit. So I was happy with that. So 3-2 yesterday. I'm feeling good. And honestly, I am so excited about today's bets. Not only do I have 4 really good bets that Fisher's going to love, I also have the one major bet. The bonus bet that I am so excited for. We're going to start in the Euros, though, because I got to show Fish some love. We'll start with soccer. I've got 3 soccer games. I'm going to take the match result as a draw between the Netherlands and Austria. I'll take Belgium to win straight up as an underdog, plus 100, versus Denmark. Denmark coming off a very traumatic incident. Their best player having a heart attack. That's a very difficult game to bounce back from. And Belgium, honestly, are one of the best teams in the tournament. And then we'll take the total goal score. This is my favorite bet of the day outside of stick at the end. The under at 2.5. North Macedonia, who I didn't even know was a team until this tournament started, and Ukraine.
They're a lot better than South Macedonia.
Go North Macedonia!
There is no chance in hell this game goes over to 3 goals. It's just not going to happen. Take the under at 2.5. It's a great bet. You get, I believe, minus 135. Not even money, but it's pretty damn close. I like it. And then the points scored in the Bucks Nets game tonight, I'm also taking the under. Yes, it bit me in the ass the last time I did it, but I mean, KD going off. There's a lot of things that just aren't going to happen back-to-back nights. I think this is going to be a super tight game. Bucks are basically out if they lose. I expect a 99-103 game. It's going to be super low scoring. So those are my 4 games that you can parlay. You can't parlay this last game, though. So those 4 games alone, $100 will win you $2,700. Make sure you bet those individually. But
is there a reason why you can't parlay the last one?
yes, that's a special event. It's something we made, so you can't combine it with other active promotions. But here's the fun part: stick versus easy today. 2 p.m. I am so excited.
And I'm the underdog.
And you're the underdog. And that makes no sense to me. And not only does it make no sense to me, I am putting a significant amount of money.
How much are you
putting? How much, Adam?
I am putting $1,000 on my bookie on stick to win. And
bro, come on.
Listen. I shouldn't have told you, honestly, because I don't want to, put pressure on you. But pressure's on, bro. You gotta kick this guy's ass.
Yeah, no, I mean, yesterday a lot of people were coming up to me telling me that they're investing in me.
Yeah.
And never in my life did I think people could actually bet on me fighting on an actual website. Like,
isn't that amazing?
mybookie.com is amazing. So if you want to place your bets, go place your bets. It's me versus Easy at 2 p.m. happening at Allegiance Gym. And, whoo-hee, I'm ready.
You could double anybody's money, Stick. How does that feel?
Feels good. Feels good. I want to do this for you, people.
I am so excited. So people in the chat are going to ask why I can bet $1,000 and they can't. I have a premium bookie account because we're partners with them. So I don't have a cap limit on what I can bet. Everybody else does. I believe it's like at $50 or $100.
Okay.
I'm not sure what the cap limit is.
Kennedy put $50 on me.
Kennedy put $50 on you, but
sent me the screenshot last night. I'm like, damn. She's like, this is all the money in my account.
Yeah, I messaged Jack yesterday, and I told him, hey, I'd like to make like a really big bet because this is a big deal for us. And he's like, all right, give me a few minutes, and here we are.
Here we are.
Yeah. No pressure. No pressure.
No pressure. I mean, it's gonna be an all fun, and if I win, amazing. If I lose, I'll tip my cap to Easy, and then I'll
no chance.
Then I'll challenge him to a real fighting match where we get to punch each other and stuff.
Oh no, that's not real fighting according to Easy. So let's not go there.
Would you have preferred a real boxing or an MMA fight?
Me personally? Yeah, I would prefer that.
So your number one thing would have been MMA, correct, or boxing?
Both. I mean, I standing up, my ability to hit him, I think it would give me a huge advantage. This being in his gym, his rules, his wrestling, jiu-jitsu. Like, I don't even know the rules of jiu-jitsu. I'm going to ask before, what am I allowed to do? Like,
just choke him.
Yeah, and that's really it. I just want to choke this dude out.
I saw you training yesterday. You looked really good.
Thanks, man. Yep, I've called people that are in jiu-jitsu and in MMA and compete, and they've given me some advice. And I don't want to go out there and look like a clown.
Man, you going after a white belt today?
I'm so excited.
A white belt.
Do I get his belt if I win? Is that
Heck
how
yeah,
it
you
works?
do.
Please,
If
God,
he has it
you
on
do
him,
win,
yeah.
you got to walk around wearing the white belt for the next week.
Yeah, that's the rules. If you're a white belt and you lose to a no belter, you got to give it all up.
Right.
You got to. That's
and
just
you
the
get
rules.
promoted to a black belt.
Perfect.
Oh.
I think that's fair.
That's fair.
So how are you feeling? Like, honestly, how are you feeling going into this fight? Because you my boy and all, but Easy is the dude that knows this sport. This is his thing.
Yeah, I know basketball. That doesn't mean I'm fucking Kevin Durant.
But he does it, though.
Right.
Like, I mean, listen, a white belt ain't anything
You hoop
crazy.
at Lifetime. That doesn't mean you're Kevin Durant.
No,
I'm not saying Kevin Durant's thick ain't.
He is more well trained than I am in this form of martial arts. So I have to respect him. I'm not going in there disrespecting him, thinking I'm just going to run all over him. But at the same time, I feel that I have a little more squirreliness about me. I have some more experience with one-on-one, hand-to-hand combat. Listen, he has the training. I don't think it's much training, but he knows some moves. And I just, as long as I don't give him my wrists and as long as I don't give him my neck or my back.
You know, honestly, when I watch Patrick Mahomes throw the ball and not look, like I can, like, that just means I'm Patrick Mahomes.
You're comparing to NFL greats. This is different. Stick is not a professional fighter.
No,
He's
I'm
a
not
fighter.
talking about
he can
Stick.
fight and all
Easy
that.
isn't a professional.
I know.
wrestler.
Honestly,
That's what I'm
comparing
saying.
one to the other.
And honestly, this is different because normally when I get in a fight, I'm angry.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not angry right now.
Are you going to get that in you somehow?
Oh yeah, he's gonna get.
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
gonna
gonna
be
fire
there.
myself
You gotta-
up.
yeah, okay, you're going to be there?
No, I'm just gonna give him like a pep talk.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to fire myself up.
Okay.
But also, if I'm too angry and too aggressive, I may lead into a dumb move where I offer up my arm and he can break
A
it.
disqualification or something.
Yeah.
If you throw illegal
Look, if
moves
he-
or whatever.
Who gives a shit? It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, but if I do lose this, I want to go to where I can give him these hands. that's the next.
Hey, you
on
know,
the
if Easy
playlist.
wins, he's never doing another thing again. That's it. He's riding with that W.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Adam, for coming on with your bets. And
Before you go, can we give a shout out to Maz and Alex, who will probably be the only two people in the whole office who will be here?
Yes, we can
missing
give a
your
shout
fight?
out to them, Fish.
Fish,
Go ahead.
honestly, you drive me crazy.
Yeah. so
trying
far
to get
off
them
I'm
topic.
gonna
Right.
be here. One.
We'll
so
all be
where's
here.
my
I
vote?
thought you said you were going to be at the
No,
fight.
I said I was gonna
We're
give him
going to
a pep
record
talk.
it.
Yep. So thank you, Adam, for coming on with your bets. And let's do this. We need caller number 5 right now. 313-552-6322. That's 313-552-6322. We are getting somebody qualified for our Kick for Crypto contest going on, where you can win $25K in crypto. All you got to do is kick a football into the back of our truck. So you want to get in to qualify for the finale? You can do that right now. Caller number 5, 313-552-6322. Joey, tell them about my bookie.
Because my bookie is where it's at. And right now, if you sign up using the code word Woodward, they will match up to 50% of your entire deposit up to $1,000. So with that, Stick, I know you want to kiss me and come all up in here, but like, get out. My bookie, and we're going to have some fun with my bookie because today, especially the Stick versus Easy fight, we got our money on it, so you should too. Check them out right now, mybookie.com. Use that code word Woodward.
You don't fumble the ball at work. Hey, Drake Bell, Sean Baligian. See you guys next weekend.
Thanks, Mike.
Oh, Bell's soft. Wait till it comes to New Zealand. Pour that out.
And we welcome you back to the Morning Woodward Show on the Woodward Sports Network. And we are getting our next guest. Get out. All right. Our next guest, I'm excited because we missed him last week, but we are also so proud of him. And he's going to exactly tell you why he had to miss us.
First, we got to slide him up into Majda's favorite chair.
There he goes. We got to keep the camera on him for this
Thanks,
setup. I feel like we got to show the behind the scenes
I
on this.
feel like I'm 2 miles from the...
See, look, we got quick commercials. That's the best thing about the Woodward Sports Network.
Yeah.
It's quick. It's in and out.
But when we got to add another chair, add another mic, and make the changeover, sometimes it's
You guys
it's
are true
weird like that.
professionals.
Yeah, we're trying over here,
True
Terry.
professionals.
Thanks for the chairs, guys. Fellas, I can't believe this, but I actually want to see this fight.
Really?
Yeah, I want to see it.
Come on down, Terry. 2 p.m.
I just I want to see it live. If video, whatever. Yeah, I want to see it.
Yeah, Easy has 109 pounds on me. He's coming in at 309, 308, and I'm at like 290 or 196.
Easy's three.
He's over 3 bills.
Thing about Easy too, though, is before COVID, he was not 3 bills. He put on a lot of weight during COVID, and that doesn't really mean much. But Easy knows how to be that thinner human being, and I assume, because I do not know this,
knows how to be a thinner human. What?
He once was.
What?
He once was. So to my point.
What does that mean?
To my point, I've been looking at the wrong camera this entire time.
He's calling Easy. Easy's gonna be called the weight bender.
The weight bender. So the thing about Easy is he's got this weight, but I still think he's got that athleticism in him.
I hope he does, but how much? I mean, how long is he going to last?
309 pounds of it.
That's the thing. He's going to get gassed, and from my understanding, he was training with like Mikey TikTok, and 2 minutes in, the kid was puking. So
really? Easy was?
If he pukes on me, I may tap. That may be the only thing I tap about.
Yeah, that is correct. Easy did puke.
Turn your mic on,
it, but I
Fish.
heard it. My mic is on.
No, I can't hear you.
I hear you.
Oh. Fish,
For
let's
once, it's not my mistake.
This dude's headphones aren't plugged in, and he's saying your mic's not on.
I'm proud of it. Well, for once, it's not my mistake. Normally, it's my mistake.
It's a bad omen already.
Stick's getting nervous.
No.
I had to get up and move, man. Fish, let's get that winner. You got a winner on the line right now?
We do have a winner right now.
Yeah, let's put him through.
All right. Whitney is ready to win some money for kicking a ball into a truck.
Is it Whitney?
It is Whitney, yes. She is on the line.
Hey, Whitney, how you doing?
What's up, y'all?
Hey, good morning to you. Where you calling from?
I'm calling from Saginaw.
Oh, what's up, Sag Nasty? You know, the Hooters there is closed.
Yeah, I think so. It was a shooting up there, but I don't eat at Hooters.
Oh, that's why?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I knew it was temporarily closed, but it's permanently closed.
Well, Whitney, are you the Whitney that's always in our chat, Tinsley?
Yes, that is me, Whitney Tinsley.
Hey, awesome. I'm so glad you got through.
I know. I've been calling every day on all the shows.
That's amazing. So what's going on in Saginaw today?
Absolutely nothing. I'll probably take the kids
Should be
to the
nothing.
beach. Yeah, it's nothing to do here. It's boring.
Well, here's what I want you to do. I want you to go get a football and start practicing kicking it into a back of a truck, because you are now qualified to be in the finale for our Kick for Crypto. $25K in crypto could be yours if you kick the football into the back of the Woodward sports truck. You down to do that?
Bet. I'm ready.
Awesome.
And I gotta add this little disclaimer. We are not liable for any broken windows in practicing for this contest. Okay, Whitney?
I got you.
Awesome. Well, it's good to finally talk to you, Whitney. I know you've been commenting for a long time, and we've seen you in the chat, so thank you very much for all your support. Fish is going to put you on hold and get all your information, and we'll call you with all the details about the grand finale, okay?
All right, cool. Thanks, guys.
Before you hang up, can I get a Woodward Sports Let's Go?
Woodward Sports Network, let's go!
Yeah! Thank you very much, Whitney. This is going to be so much fun.
I lived in Saginaw for 10 weeks.
You lasted all but 10 weeks.
I had an internship at the Saginaw News, so
okay.
I lived I shared an apartment with one of the editors because I had no money. So
yeah,
I'm a Saginaw guy.
One of my buddies used to work at IOG, the radio station up there. They used to do mornings. It was Mile High and Homeless Josh.
Okay, I
Yeah.
can believe it.
Homeless
Not
Josh.
much going on there.
Yeah, not a ton going on in Sag Nasty.
Hey, before we get started with you, Terry, we got to congratulate you.
Yeah, congratulations,
Thank
Terry.
you. Thank you very much.
Proud dad moment?
Yes, and I cried 3 times.
Did you?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
during
awesome.
the graduation. It was when the graduation was over, and then she broke down in the car talking about my. In case people don't know, my daughter graduated from Stanford this weekend. Then the second time is she broke down in the car talking about the last year and a half and how tough it was. And you know, she thought of quitting, but she said she couldn't quit because I always told my kids, if we start something, got to finish it.
That's right. Just like this fight with Easy. Sorry, that's all that's on my brain
So
right
you're
now.
not gonna, if he hits you the first time, you're not gonna okay, stop it.
Well, that's the thing. He offered to do like real fighting, and I told him like that's unfair, man. Like I don't want to hurt him in that manner. If we wrestle and somebody taps out, nobody's going to be hurt none the wiser. But I would abuse him if we were boxing.
Walking in with black eyes
Well,
and all that. We
how
don't need
big
that.
are gloves?
I don't care. I mean, you put those bop 'em gloves on me, and I'd still fuck them up.
Right, but those real big gloves don't hurt.
Right. Well, they do. Enough force behind them, they'll hurt. And plus, I'd put like some sandbags in them. You know.
so you're a cheater.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Okay.
AJ Hinch.
AJ, yeah.
Well, let me give you a piece of advice because I've been in this situation. I fought Rob Parker.
You did?
Know, yes.
Really?
And you got bad information. I fought Rob Parker at the Palace.
Wait, what?
I got to break this story down again.
Go ahead.
Right, so Rob came into town and he hit me up, said, go link up with him. So I'm talking to Rob at MGM, one of their sports bar, and then Rob says, he sees Terry on the network, and he says, Terry Foster, man, the first time I was ever robbed in the city of Detroit was against Terry Foster when we got in a fight, and I beat him, and then I told Terry the story, and Terry's a lot more animated than he is right now.
Wait. Guy in a fight like
celebrity boxing.
It was celebrity boxing. We had these big gloves. They're like 32-ounce gloves. I mean, we actually had to hold on to something, and you're hitting, and they don't hurt.
Okay.
Well, not that I would know because I didn't get hit.
That's right. Move like a butterfly, baby.
No, but Rob is telling this story that he beat me. I knocked his helmet off like 4 times, and he was doing like this and trying to hang on. And then afterwards, he wrote this stupid column that he got robbed.
That's pretty funny, though. Seems about right for Rob Parker.
Right. So, not to believe anything he writes because he just makes stuff up.
He gets clicks, though. He gets them clicks, though.
Clickbait master right there.
He is the king of clickbait. But, yeah, Terry, obviously one of the big topics that's been going on across the state of Michigan and nationally now it's becoming a big story was the Bo Schembechler thing. And you have a unique perspective on that. You spent time with Bo, right?
Yes, I've spent time with him. I was the Michigan beat writer near the end of his career, and we had some moments. They all weren't good.
Right.
But here's the thing that I know. Bo knew everything that happened in Ann Arbor. Now as a beat writer, you get tips from people that one of the players are in trouble or something. And when you check with the Ann Arbor police or the campus police, they knew nothing. Bo had called and said, get this player out of here. Let's sweep this under the rug. And so a lot of stuff happened in Ann Arbor that people didn't know about. Now, I've thought about the whole, did Bo know that guys are being abused? Here's the thing Bo Schembechler believed. He always talked about being a Michigan man.
Right.
Part of being a Michigan man is being a man. I mean, a real fucking man. You did nothing gay, nothing homosexual. That was his mentality. So I can believe that people told him that the doctor examined people and sexually abused them. But Bo, since Dr. Anderson was a Michigan man, Bo wouldn't believe that he would do something nefarious like that. That was just part of the exam. So that's why guys were always told by Bo to toughen up. I do believe that he told them to toughen up because that's the thing he always said. If you whined about something, Bo said, toughen up. What's wrong with you? You're a wimp.
Right.
So I think Bo was so anti-gay, and none of my guys are going to do anything that's perceived to be gay. That's not true. So I think that was the mentality of him. You have to understand this is the 70s and 80s and 90s, and this is an old man. But, I truly believe this. When Bo talked about a Michigan man, you were a real man.
Right.
So,
yeah, this whole situation has just been really touchy. You know, anytime you get into these conversations, and you don't have actual facts in front of you and it's just hearsay, it's tough to really commentate on because you don't know what side of the fence you're really on, because you're literally just taking in information you're hearing from other people. You're not really seeing facts laid out.
Now, I've reached out to 2 Michigan former players.
Okay.
One said the reason that Bo was so adamant about keeping Dr. Anderson is that it was his steroid guy.
You are the second person that has told me that. The second person that has told me that.
The second player said that no, Michigan, of course, didn't use steroids. None of their players used steroids. But, I mean, there's a split right there, too.
Yeah, no, I heard the exact same thing, and I don't like to start rumors or anything like that, but I heard Anderson was the steroid guy, and part of the cover-up was, well, if this comes out, Anderson can drop the dime on me.
You
about
a cheater,
right?
Gassing up my players. So that's why he kind of just swept it under the rug. And I don't know if that's true or not. Like you said, one player says it, the other player says it didn't. And this is kind of the whole situation that we're in with Michigan. And we even saw earlier with John Vaughn commenting, internally he's split as well. Like, Bo was a great man. He taught me many things that I still use to this day. But at the same time, he was a part of the worst moment of my life, too.
Yeah, I can believe that. Bo was tough as hell. He helped people. Some people were pissed at him. But here's the other thing about even the people who defend him always say one thing. This is not the Bo I know.
Right.
So
because they're kind of absolving themselves.
Yeah, in other words, you're kind of letting him off the hook. You don't know. So you're saying this isn't the Bo I know. You're not saying he didn't do it.
Right.
This is just not the guy that I know.
Right. You're
Like
just saying it doesn't make sense.
if you go murder somebody and they interview me, I say, that's not the stick I know. He was nice to me.
Yeah. No, and that's the same example I gave with Joey. Like, Joey's, to me, the nicest human being I've ever met
That's
in my
not
life.
the Joey I know.
I'd be like, I would be floored. if
Damn
anything
sure
like
the Joey
that.
I know.
And and that's not the Corey with a K that I know. That's
Right.
not the high-pitched Corey I know.
But to that point, though, there's no individual that knows Bo, that knew Bo entirely behind closed doors. Obviously, he ain't doing this in front of the whole room. He ain't hearing these whole stories with him and Dr. Anderson in front of everybody.
And I think that's the case with any human being. Nobody really knows anybody 100%. Like, even my wife, we've been together 15 years. She maybe knows 95% of what goes on in my brain and stuff like
Honestly,
that.
I'd be surprised if even that much.
Right.
Like, no, like, for real, that's a big number of 24 hours of sticks day.
Right.
That's crazy.
Yeah, she doesn't know what I do between when I get here at 7 a.m. and don't leave till 8 p.m. every night. Like, I mean,
that right there is 80% of your day.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
You have a girlfriend on the side or something.
Right.
Does she trust you? that
Why'd
you're
you say
working
right?
hard trying to make the Woodward Sports Network the finest that it can be?
Well, she could drive by any time and check that I'm here. So that
But she knows
I'm
you're
good
here
with that.
now.
Yeah, we got a big window right now. Yeah, she knows at least where I am between 8 and 10.
Okay.
That's what I was going to say. She knows where you are from 8 to 10 because she can see your face.
Yeah. Even though she doesn't watch, but hi.
Oh.
Unless we pull in a Gronk and this is pre-recorded.
Right.
Ooh, good. Ooh.
Dude, could
I
you
like that.
imagine jumping through all those hoops just to get some side ass? Like, Corey, Joey, can you guys come in? We'll pre-record a show, play it back at 8 a.m. so I can have
Right.
2 hours to smash.
That is, man. But you know what's crazy? It's people that really go through that much damn work. That's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
That's always been my thing, and I told my wife, like, I'm too lazy to cheat. I'm the laziest motherfucker you'll ever meet. Like, when I get out of work, like, I just want to go home, sit on the couch, and watch TV. I don't want to be hassled. I don't want to do anything. I'm too lazy. I don't want to put effort into trying to figure out some other chick when I can't even figure out the chick I tried to marry. Like, it's just...
You tried to marry. Did
Well,
you actually marry?
I married.
Okay.
Having a girl is hard enough. Having a side chick,
Having multiple? Right.
Man.
I don't know how you guys do it, but,
Hats off to you,
If
honestly.
that's your lifestyle, good for you. But I just don't have it in me to pursue hours on the phone, little conversations. Like, I don't got time for that shit.
I love how we're not saying it's wrong, don't do that.
Just I don't have time.
I just don't have time. I thought about it. I just don't have time.
If there are 30 hours in the day, I'd have 4 women.
That's right. Right. Thank you. Well, let's get a little more into the conversation about Bo when we come back. And I know there's a couple other things you want to talk about. Terry Foster joins us every Thursday right here on the Woodward Sports Network, and more from Terry coming up next.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. With historically low interest rates and 5-star service, you could pay your mortgage off faster without increasing your monthly payment. Get started now at 248-308-5000 or chat with us online. Call hallfirst.com.
Morning, Art. Morning, D-Mac.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show, live on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. Thank you guys for waking up with us. And don't forget, coming up at noon today, your next chance to qualify for that $25K in crypto. I can't wait.
I did a poll yesterday on my Instagram, and everybody wanted that Bitcoin over Dodge. I was surprised.
We put it up on ours, too, our Twitter, and it was about 50-50 when I checked it last. So, yeah, people have different interests, but you win this $25K, we'll put in your digital wallet, whatever crypto you want. What's up, Fish?
That's the only thing you can get is Bitcoin or Dodge. You can't get any other coin?
No, you can pick whatever you want. It's just those are the two biggest, so that's why we put them on there.
Okay.
Yeah. But if you want Safe Moon, we'll get you $25K in Safe Moon.
Is that where it's at right now, or did that end up being like a fake?
Whatever happened to good old-fashioned cash?
I don't know. I haven't seen cash since the 90s.
Yeah, what's that? Legit. All stick I have is an emergency $100 bill in our wallet. That's it.
Yep. That's it. That's honestly it. Like, Adam and I trade the same digital money back and forth all day on Venmo because we buy each other lunch constantly.
Okay.
Yeah.
But back in the day when you were trying to impress ladies, you flip out a $50 or $100 bill and say, oh, look at this, what I got.
Right.
Man, $100 the new 20.
It is.
Damn, Corey. It's like that?
No, for real. I mean, just with the way money is now.
Hey, I'll take a loan, buddy.
No, I ain't got it.
I ain't got them. I used to be that kid that back in the day, like I'd have a roll of ones and I'd wrap them up real nice, then put like the 20 on the outside or the 100 on the outside, so it looked like you had a whole roll of hundos.
One time, the drug dealer in my neighborhood, he was trying to impress us. He was counting $100 bills. He's like 7, 8, 9, 1,100, 1,200. And then he got to this $20 bill, and he picked it up and says, where'd this shit come from? He threw it away.
That's awesome.
And we dove and got that $20
That reminded me of that picture of Diddy on the sideline.
Yeah.
I think he saw like a $1 or $5 bill, and he was just like, what is this?
What is this?
That's for the players, man.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Terry, back into the Bo Schembechler conversation. Do you believe that the statues should be taken down? Do you believe that the hall should be changed?
I think the statue should stay. And
really?
Yeah. And because, first of all, I disagree with our society where if you accuse somebody of something, they're guilty.
Right.
Yeah, we're in a cancel culture where
let's
when you
take
hear
this-
it right away,
right.
it's all of a sudden gone. Like Michigan right now. Cancel Michigan. That's what I'm seeing everywhere. It's too
Right.
soon.
So I'm not convinced that he knew of sexual abuse. He knew something funny was going on.
Right.
But because of his mentality, and maybe this is wrong in this part, he didn't believe it. He didn't believe that a quote-unquote Michigan man is sexually abusing other males. The other thing is, as far as Schembechler Hall, I tell you somebody who doesn't care about the name Schembechler Hall. It's Bo Schembechler.
Really?
He never called it Schembechler Hall. If you were meeting him there, he just say, meet me at the football building.
Okay.
He would never call it Schembechler Hall.
Wow.
They're going to go the Washington football team route and just call it
Right.
the football building?
That's what Bo did.
Right.
Just, hey, meet me at the football building. Go to the football
I
building.
mean, you got to realize when you're putting somebody's name on anything, what that really could result in. Because like we just talked about, we don't know anyone entirely. So when you put a Bo Schembechler on name, anything that person and human being does for the rest of their life, even after they're dead and things come out, this could come back to bite you in the ass.
You know, I would say that 80, maybe 90% of the name buildings, you could find stuff on people and say, I don't like that. You could change everybody's name.
Yeah. Honestly, there should be no tributes like that anymore. It sucks, but that's where we're at. There's always going to be something. There's people that hate Michigan that are probably just diving deep into different things. Obviously, with the Bo Schembechler, that's something that's really bad, and it should be canceled if this all does end up being true. But when you put someone's name on a building, there's so much risk that you're taking in doing
the risk
that.
you're
Well,
running.
for instance, they want to change, well, they're talking about changing Yost Arena.
Yeah.
Because Fielding Yost, back in the day, Michigan was supposed to play Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech didn't want to play a team with a black player on it. So you told the black player, you can't play. So now they want to remove Yost Arena from that. If that's the case, if you go back and want to punish coaches who didn't play black players, you couldn't have a name for any Southern coach. Bo Bryant has to go.
Right.
Everybody's because that was protocol.
And
Brothers, you don't play.
What's interesting to me about that is they're not focusing on the fact that he had black players on his team. He wasn't the problem. It was the
Right.
team they were playing was the problem. And yes, he probably should have protected his players better and say, you know what, if you're not playing all of us, you're not playing any of us. And that would have been the proper thing to say. But at the same time, how are you looking at Yost as a racist when he's the one that has black people on his team?
Right, that's true. And neither one played from one game. To me, that's not enough to take the name off the building.
Right.
And as far as the bowl thing, I'll probably change my mind like 20 or 30 times. But as we stand here, I would not take down the statue. I would not remove Schembechler Hall name as it stands here.
Question: do you think, in your opinion, from their alumni network and what you know about it, do you think they're going to put any type of pressure on the university to make a decision about that anytime soon?
I think they will, but the pressure could come both ways. You could get some that will pressure them not to remove the name, and you're going to get some pressure to remove the name. So there's more fight coming. Let
me ask you this: does it look bad though on Michigan's behalf if they refuse to change the name and take down this statue in the meantime, until we really have further information?
I would say no. I don't want to make change until we know what's going on.
Right.
Because we could say anything about somebody and put shame on them.
Yeah.
And then what happens a lot of times is as the facts come out, it was like, okay, they didn't entirely tell the truth, or this guy was exonerated, but we removed his name, so now we got to put it back on there. Let's let the process play out. That's what I'm used to.
And that's what I'm thinking, because once you take his name down and you find out that he didn't know as much as everybody thought, it can't go back up. You can't put the statue back up. So once you make a move like that, it's got to be permanent.
Yeah, you're going to have a ceremony where, okay, we're putting the statue back up and we're putting his name back on there.
I tell you what's going to happen, and you're going to see it. It's going to be like some of these other situations where the public's going to take it upon themselves and go try to take down the statue themselves just to prove a point to the university.
That's a good point.
That is something the students could do.
Yep.
And just say
I
you
can
take
see
it
that
down.
happening, especially with today's students and how college minds work right now.
I'd love to see that happen with Ann Arbor police.
But you don't know. I mean, they get a big enough mob out there, they can do it. I'm not endorsing that, but I could see that happening, especially with I've seen it happen within the past couple years in the South, taking down statues, without government approval and stuff like that. But at the same time, that's just what we are as a country. We evolve, we learn, we get better, and hopefully the next generation is better than the last.
I mean, think about though, like obviously, but there's both two sides to this entire story. But just say, because we just talked about, you take it down and then eventually you put it back up if this all comes to be false. He doesn't even have family that is together that would be there to celebrate that if that moment ever came up. This is just causing so much between his immediate family and not believing which side. It's just crazy, this entire story.
How much of a dark cloud do you guys think is going to have on the up? I know football is really small in the grand scheme of things, but
it's not.
Well,
not for Michigan.
Small. But how much you think it's going to cloud their season, all of their sports going on? Because
it may create a bunker mentality, like us versus them, us versus the world. Mm-hmm. So it could go one of two ways. It could, scatter the program, or it could unite the people that are still wearing that winged helmet and, the world's against us now. The world thinks we're this. Let's show them what we are.
No, I've only seen Blue Nation divided once, and that was because of Rich Rod, because he didn't win. There's a lot of Michigan people, no matter how bad things look, they don't believe it.
Right.
It's okay. This is my program. They don't. This is not the way they operate. Or if the school makes a decision, they support it no matter what.
I mean, it's always going to be 50-50, though. That's the realist approach to this. Is there's going to be half of the world that are already on the cancel culture side of this. There's 50 of them say, hey, let's hold this off. I don't believe it, whatever the side you land on.
Yeah, that's why the smartest thing to do is just not have an opinion and just take in the information until you know everything.
Have an opinion, brother.
I have an opinion, but be smart.
Let's wait to actually
formulate.
Can you take the name down?
Would I?
Can you?
Right now, though. You have to say right now.
You can.
You don't have that power to do that.
Right.
Stick doesn't have that power. So I don't give a damn what you think. So
Thank you,
you can
Terry.
tell me what you think, but as far as the university,
What I think is I don't know what to think.
right? Okay, that's good. But as far as the university, don't do anything yet.
Right.
Wait until all the facts come out, because we're supposed to. Our system. I know this is not a judicial thing, but our system is supposed to be innocent until proven guilty.
Yep.
But the public opinion is guilty until proven innocent.
I like that. Take
But
down the statue and put up Brady and Woodson.
See, Brady could do no wrong.
But Brady's a cheater. So then you got to take the statue down because supposedly he cheated with the inflated footballs.
Yeah.
How far you want to go? I
Right.
mean, you can
There-
find
you
something on
always-
everybody.
No matter dead or alive, you're always going to still be able to find something. And that's the shitty part about it.
What
you know?
can we find on you, Terry, to take your name down?
Oh, man. Stuff that I won't admit to?
Yep.
One Google search.
Let's do it now, live.
I want to plead the fifth.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5th.
Because I'm a model citizen.
Yes. Well, we appreciate when you show up on Thursdays. I forget the other topic you wanted to talk about before we get into story time.
You know what? I had an encounter with a Buffalo Bills fan.
That was it. Yeah.
That was it. Okay.
Did you see him jumping through a table?
No.
Okay.
When I was helping move my daughter out from her dorm, which wasn't even a dorm, it was like a damn condo. They had she has a kitchenette, a dinette, and a living room, and then 2 bedrooms. That's not a dorm to me.
It's called a dorm, though?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a badass dorm.
Well, yeah, that's
They
probably,
just built
that's
it.
probably
No, they got
Stanford.
shitty dorms there, but she got into this.
Now she got into the luxury student housing.
She did.
She got that Terry Foster connect. That's why.
I don't know. It was 10 stories of luxury. So, but anyway, this guy who's a Buffalo Bills fan, I was carrying some boxes that weren't put together, and I had something in one hand, and I had like 6 boxes in the other hand, and I couldn't control them. The wind blew them out. So he helped me, and then he helped me with the boxes and everything. And then I said, well, I see we're from the same area. You're from Buffalo. And then he said, where are you from? I said, I live in the city that has the shittiest football team in history. And he looked at me and says, oh, you're from Cleveland.
Ah, yeah, thank you.
Right?
Thank you.
And
Wow,
I
that's a
said,
compliment.
I said, no. And then he went, oh, you're from Detroit.
Ah.
So yes.
So we're second on the list.
Second on the list. So I guess as far as the bad football teams, people go Cleveland, Detroit, New York Jets.
Yeah.
Anybody else belong on that list?
In
I'm going
my
to be honest, though,
lifetime,
Cleveland made a little turnaround now, so.
I know, but Cleveland was awful for years.
Historically.
And back in the 50s, it was Detroit. Ironically, it was Detroit and Cleveland fighting for the championships before the Super Bowl era came.
yeah, other bad teams have all come up. I mean, like when I was growing up, the Buccaneers were just awful, right?
Yes.
They were, and when I was growing up, the Patriots were good.
They were bad, and they lost 20. The Bucks lost 27 in a row.
Yep.
And in fact, I know this story. The cheerleaders were called the swashbucklers, but they called them the unbucklers because there were rumors that the cheerleaders are having sex with the players.
Heaven forbid, football players having sex with cheerleaders. That never happens.
No, and they don't get married and get $200 million contracts from the Detroit Lions. That never happens.
That never happens.
No,
ever, not once.
So, but yeah, the Tampa, but the Buccaneers went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they won it last year, but when they were creamsicle orange, they were not a good team.
Right. Maybe the key to the Lions is not Dan Campbell. Maybe the key is changing the colors.
I will say that our white uniforms make us look just soft. I hate those white uniforms.
All right. Okay. The part I'm bitching about is the Honolulu blue.
No, you don't. I like the blue.
Is the white with the
Because
silver?
like when it was black with the blue, it looked great.
Yeah, but it wasn't the black with the blue only happens on special occasion, like once or twice a year.
But that's what I'm saying. Get rid of the white, switch that over to the black and the blue, and then switch to blue and black lettering.
Okay, that looks good, but
Yep.
I'd like a darker blue for the Lions.
Fish, what you got to say, buddy?
I just gotta say, you guys seem to hate. There's nitpicky about the Lions. You guys hate everything about the Lions. You guys pick one thing and say, "Oh, I hate that about the Lions." Just
Okay, Fish. Let me ask
love
you.
everything
Let me
you
ask
like.
you 2 questions. How many Super Bowls have the Lions been to?
0.
How many playoff games have they won in my lifetime?
1.
That's why we bitch about them. That's why we nitpick them.
Well, that's fine, but the colors. You guys always hate about the colors. Just wear the stuff with pride.
Listen, Fish, when the team
Show
sucks, you
your
got to
true
find
pride.
something that you could change.
But we were just saying because Tampa Bay used to be creamsicle orange and they sucked. And then they switched to their pewter and red, which they are now, and they're a good football
Well, they
team.
still sometimes wear their creamsicles.
Yeah, as a throwback, but that's all we're saying, Fish, is we can update the uniforms, update the colors. They updated their logo like 10 years ago. So this happens with sports teams. You evolve.
When you look good, you play good.
Yeah.
Right. Because sometimes players, and this you may not believe this, but sometimes players, when they put on a uniform, like, all right, I'm looking pretty sweet, and sometimes they play better.
So what would you change about the white, though? Because every single team wears white in the NFL.
Yeah, I just don't like the white. I think the white with that powder blue or the Honolulu blue just looks very weak and very soft.
But you can't go white and black because that's the Raiders.
Yeah, so you go blue and black. You just change. You take out the white and replace it with black on everything.
You can go white and black, then you're the Brooklyn Nets.
There you go.
But are you sure they're able to go without a white jersey?
They can do whatever they want, I'm assuming. It's their team.
Yeah, but there wouldn't be color clashes with other teams.
No,
yeah.
it's their team, but they are a franchise. The NFL dictates that somebody has to wear a white uniform and someone has to wear a colored uniform.
I'd be fine if they took the white out, but I don't think the NFL would allow that.
Yeah, I just think if we take the white out, it makes it a lot
People
better.
are getting pissed over Jets green and the Bills red and blue. They're like, oh, colorblind people can't watch this game. So
well, that's because they tried
the
some
color rush.
neon color that was supposed to
I
show
love
up better.
the color rush game.
It was
You guys
supposed to-
don't like
It was
it?
supposed to show up better on TV, but it confused us.
Can I
old
be
people.
honest? I love the color rush games. You guys like it?
Yeah, I like the color rush unis.
Like when you got the purple Ravens and the blue and green Seahawks.
Yeah,
it's the best.
The all blue Lions uniforms, those look okay. It's just that white, when it's white with those silver pants, man, it's just like, ugh.
What's the best Lions uniform? 'Cause I got one.
I do love the throwback with the pewter, like.
That's it.
Yeah.
And you know what? They don't do it as much as they should. They
used to do it on Thanksgiving like almost every
right.
year.
But they
Remember?
should just make that their uniform.
I
It looks
agree.
sweet. I like the high socks and and the helmet. You don't have to have the stupid looking lion on there all the time.
Mm-mm. I like the plain helmet.
I just hate the silver, like the gray or whatever, silver grayish.
Silver.
I don't like that look.
You know what? Why don't we take a page? I had to do a little quick research on this. Why don't we just take a page out of the Seahawks books, because they don't wear white jerseys at home.
Right. You
So
don't have to.
You don't have. I mean, it's done, but we don't have to. Just,
I didn't say white at home, but the Seahawks have a white jersey, right?
They do.
They do.
It's like the Dallas Cowboys. They want to wear white at home, on the road. They want to because it's a luck thing.
So the Lions mainly wear it on the road, right? Is that correct?
I believe so. Yeah.
I mean, they can have a white jersey. Just the white jersey the Lions have just looks
weak.
Just looks weak.
Well, yeah,
Switch the style up.
That's why I tell you, what can they do to fix the white jersey? Because I'm
Turn it
assuming the
black.
NFL, but the NFL has to have some sort
How
of
about
white.
a darker blue? That may look better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe just change up the color a little bit. But either way, doesn't matter. I mean, if they're winning in white jerseys, I like the white jerseys. But at this point, it's like, all right, what is it? What is the problem for us to break through? Is it the jersey color? Okay, let's change
It's
the
the
jersey.
logo.
Let's try it.
It's the logo.
We changed the logo.
We tweaked the logo. That's not true.
Well, they had the
change.
leaping lion, and now they have the lion with one eye.
Yeah.
So
One-eyed
that's a
lion.
tweak. Right.
You know what I feel like they got to do, though? I mean, you can't change a logo in colors until your team's winning, because just say you do change it, who's going to go there and buy it, whatever you make, because you're not winning.
Yeah, that's why they change uniforms, because this society will buy different uniforms.
Yeah.
You could have 6 different uniforms. Some kid out there is going to buy all 6 of them. That's why they do that. For instance, when the Toronto Raptors started, I had a conversation with Isaiah Thomas, who was like one of their first presidents, and I said, this uniform looks awful. And he said, this uniform is not for you. It's for kids. That when they put out a uniform, they want kids to buy it. So they know that they just have 2 uniforms. The kids are only going to buy 2 uniforms.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have 6, they're going to say, Mommy, Daddy, I got to get this new Lions uniform.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
Really? They want to make money?
Well, yeah. Just a little bit more money.
Well, do you want to get into your story time, Terry?
Yes.
Okay, well, let's do this. Let's take 15 seconds, and when we come back, Terry Foster has a story about your last encounter with Bo Schembechler, correct?
Yes, indeed.
All right, story time with Terry up next on the Woodward Sports Network. Welcome to the newest Bridge Street Exchange, not only in downtown Fenton, now in the Somerset Collection. Located on the second level, south side, right next to Lululemon and Starbucks. This is where you can get all the hottest barware, or men's grooming products, or clothing, or, oh, that's what you meant. Don't forget they got some cool hats too, and it's a lot of great local Michigan-owned companies that you're supporting. And don't forget, all under $3. You're such a loser. But for real, take advantage, 15% off if you come in here. Tell Kevin that Woodward Sports sent you. Or stop! Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show, live on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network, and it's slowly becoming my favorite time of the week. We slow it down, we bring out some mystical music for you to hear, while Terry Foster regales us with stories of yore. And it's story time with Terry Foster on the Woodward Sports Network.
Gather round, boys and girls.
I feel like I'm in yoga class right now.
I want to take you back to Michigan football season, Bo's last year on Earth. I used to get to the games early. Bo gets to the games early, and we happen to walk in at the same time. And so Bo and I are taking a little stroll to the press box as he's going up to the coaches' backs and pretending like he's helping the coaches, and I'm going up there to rip him in a column. No, not really. But anyway, so we're walking, and we get into a conversation about Alabama football. This is when Alabama football was starting to take hold and starting to become dominant. And Bo said, Michigan athletes are just as good as Alabama's athletes. And I said, that's bullshit. No, they're not. And they said, yes, they are, damn it. You don't know anything about football. He always said that. But anyway, I said, you know what? Maybe you do, but here's what happens. You get all these brothers who are athletic, and then you don't want to let them loose. They're in a passive defense. We got to run the football.
3 yards in a cloud of dust.
You're afraid to pass. And so I keep talking about how flawed Michigan's coaching was, because Bo's defense wanted, all they wanted to do is keep you between the 20s. And, once you got into the 20s, then they started playing real football as far as defense. Because I always kind of concentrate on the defensive side. So then I said to Bo, I said, look, yeah, you do get athletes. And these brothers can play, but then when they get here to Michigan, you don't let them play football. And so Bo got mad at me, and he was old. He says, if I could get this right arm up here, Foster, I'd punch you right in the face. And I said, well, you're lucky that that arm is not working, because it wouldn't be good for you. I'd have to do just like Stick is going to do Easy today.
That's right, Easy.
Damn. So that is my final. That was my final encounter with Bo. He died a few weeks later, and they had so it was sad.
That is sad, man. It's a nice story, but a sad story and an interesting story, especially now with how everything's going, because it shows, like you were saying, how much Bo prided being a man. Like, if I could, I'd punch you right now.
Right. And that was him. A man is a man.
How long were you the beat writer for University of Michigan?
I did for a couple years.
Couple years?
Yeah, then I did the Pistons. I had a decision to make. Did I want to cover Michigan basketball? And the carrot that was thrown in front of me is their first road trip was the Maui Invitational, or was I going to become the Pistons beat writer?
Okay.
So I'd never been to Hawaii, so I thought about it. Hawaii, or am I going to cover the Pistons, who might win a championship or two? So I picked the Pistons.
It's a good call.
It was a good call.
That was a great call.
Looking back, that was a good decision.
So what was your timeline then? Because Bo was done in what, 89?
Yes.
And when did you stop with University of Michigan?
I stopped in 88.
And then you hopped on the Pistons right from there?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes, I hopped on there.
Talk about timing.
And actually, the
Life decisions. Good job.
The last stories I did with Bo were when he was in the hospital.
Okay.
Now, their last bowl game that I covered was the Hall of Fame Bowl, where Michigan played Alabama. And what happened was Bo had had heart surgery beforehand, and usually players on road trips, Michigan players, they're in the room by 7. It's real locked down, button up, and everything. But Bo wasn't there, so I asked players, was it different with Bo there? And they said, yeah. So I remember a quote from Jamie Morris. He said, it was so different that the first time we huddled up, the huddle smelled like beer. So you knew Bo wasn't there.
Yeah.
And they got behind to Alabama early and then had to rally. And they beat them. I think it was 28-14 or something like that.
It's crazy, man. I love sports and the history that comes with them and stuff like that. And, just you being able to report on probably the biggest name in Michigan history and then switch right over to reporting on one of the best teams of all time. Lived a pretty charmed life.
I'll give you another quick story. Bill Frieder. Frieder, funny, but he was a little bit of an asshole. Anyway, Bo had heart surgery, and Michigan basketball had a reception at Chrysler Arena. And so Bill Frieder, this is before he got fired and Steve Fisher took over. Bill Frieder was going around, hey, where's our athletic director? Because Bo was the athletic director then. He said, I want to fix his plate. I want to make sure he gets plenty of meatballs and lots of rolls with butter on it.
Why?
I'm like, that's not right. He said, well, why not? I said, dude just had heart surgery. He said, oh, I forgot about that. I said, no, you didn't.
So he was trying to give
another heart attack? They had a bad relationship, yeah.
Do you know why?
Why you want to have a heart attack?
No, why they had a bad relationship.
Because Frieder was more of whatever happens. He was a freelancer. He just did what he wanted to do, and Bo was like, okay, we got to do it the Michigan way. We got to be tight to the vest and everything. And Frieder was just a freeloader.
Okay.
And Bo didn't like that. That's why when Frieder said, I'm going to go to Arizona, Bo said, okay, we're going to get a Michigan man to coach Michigan basketball.
Is that where that term came about with Bo Schembechler, or was that term around before Bo Schembechler?
I'm sure it was before him, but I heard it under him because he used to say it all the time.
Yeah.
It's a Michigan man.
Yeah, I grew up with it. I mean,
right.
You're a Michigan man. We're going to find a Michigan man to coach this team, which sometimes has bit him in the ass because Brady Hoke was a Michigan man.
And where was Bo from?
Ohio?
Yeah. Miami, Ohio, coach at Ohio State.
Yep.
But he hammered that Michigan man thing.
I mean, it's a good brand.
It's
smart to do. So, Joey, are you a Michigan man?
Michigan man.
Michigan man?
Are you one?
I'm from Michigan.
Are you a Michigan man? Yes or no?
I think I'd live up to his standards, but now that we know what his standards may be a little bit different than what we thought they were.
Corey, Michigan man or not?
Nah.
He's
Eastern Michigan man.
Yeah.
Eastern Michigan man.
I'm a University of Detroit man.
Right.
For 1 year,
down
then I
to
failed
Come
out.
on.
You're a UDM man.
I'm an OCC man.
Oh, okay.
Community college. What's
Proud
up?
product of Oakland Community College.
I think that's where most of my credits are from is OCC.
My son is taking a class at OCC.
You
right
should.
now.
I mean, if you're a
math
kid,
class.
Smart.
if you're a kid, before you go to college, knock out all those cheap credits at OCC.
Yes.
You don't want to be paying that Michigan money for those credits that transfer from OCC.
Right.
Like OCC is, I love the community colleges. I think that route's smart. And like when they talk about making college free and all that, okay, if we do it with community college, go ahead.
That's like with Washington Community College. Most of those professors are from either Eastern Michigan or U of M.
Right.
They teach it both, so it's a lot cheaper.
a lot cheaper.
Especially if it's in the summer online.
Yeah.
Why take a Michigan State class now?
Right.
I always wonder that. Why are you going to pay like 5 times more just for an online class?
Enroll in the University of Phoenix today.
Damn. Oh, what's
Northwestern
other?
Tech.
Southern New Hampshire?
Northwestern Tech.
Yeah,
no,
Southern New Hampshire. Yeah.
What else they got? They got Western something University.
Yeah.
They got all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, the online certificates count they count those credits transfer, and like if you get your degree at community college, that associates goes wherever you go.
So we shouldn't have sent my daughter to Stanford. We should have sent her to Wayne County Community College.
Just for the first 2 years.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. The first 2 years of your college would probably be at community college. You're getting the same, essentially, credits.
See, but Stanford, that's next level.
Listen,
This applies to everything besides Stanford University.
Right, and, like the Ivy League schools, obviously. You're going to probably get a better education in the Ivy League.
And probably she wouldn't have met the same people.
Right,
at
the connections.
OCC.
Yep.
Like, I mean, she met...
She would have met a couple drug dealers, though, and,
She could have done... They got drug dealers at Stanford. Come on now.
Those are high-class drug dealers, though.
Yeah, but they are making the drugs.
Yes, they're the chemists. They're the chemists in their dorm rooms making them. Well, Terry, thank you so much for your time every Thursday. And you're going to be sitting in for the Baligian and Bell show today because Joik is on his way to his charity weekend. So we appreciate having you at Woodward Sports.
Do I have to get dreadlocks before 11 o'clock?
We do have a wig out if
okay,
you want.
I'll wear it.
Let's do this. Coming up next, we got the infamous Fish and his facts. But first, I want to tell you about our people at Coast. CoastPortland.com. You use the promo code WSN20.
Yeah, watch out, Terry.
Yeah, and the reason Joey's shying away is because they gave me a machete. It's awesome.
What the hell?
Literally, Stick used this the entire weekend we were in Petoskey.
Yeah, when we were in Petoskey, this thing came in so handy. Like, I put a marshmallow on the end of it. I was roasting it. I was cutting trees with the saw side. But they got more than just knives at Coast Portland. They got lights. They got headlamps. They got things that light up so you
all
can...
necessities to go camping. They got it all.
Everything outdoors that you ever need. So, it's that time in Michigan where you're going to be spending time outdoors, going camping. Make sure you go to coastportland.com. If you need one of these bad boys, you get 20% off by using the code WSN20.
Don't use it as an envelope opener like Stick does either.
No, you can cut a watermelon with one swipe with that thing.
Oh,
they call me Gallagher. Yeah, this is my new toy.
Can we do that? I want to get a watermelon and try that. That'd be so fun.
Let's do it. I'll chop anything with my new machete.
You want sports? We got sports for you right here, Woodward Sports.
How do I even come after that?
This is the only time I'm going to be calm because I'm certainly not during the show. Poor Joik.
I'm Drake Bill. I'm here.
Legion and Bell every day right here on Woodward Sports from 11 to 1.
Is it time? Yeah, it is. Fish!
Go fish.
Fish facts.
It's fish!
It is 9:50, so that means the wonderful, the magical Fish comes on with his facts. What you got for us today, my friend?
We have a lot of fun stuff today. It's Thursday, Terry Foster Thursday.
Yeah,
what gets any better? Terry Foster Thursday, the Euros are on. Oh, it's just heaven in my brain. Are we doing no video today? Because we've had
what? You're good. Run through it.
Yes.
Go ahead.
All right. We have a video for you today. This is a game that happened on Tuesday night between Canada and Haiti. And this is something that you do not want to do. Yeah.
I don't know much about the game, but that doesn't look good.
That is something you do not want to do.
He is not a good goalie.
There was nothing there. No defender within 5 yards. He just missed the ball. So that sucks for him. You know what? You know what does suck? Yesterday's NBA. So yesterday, Chris Paul got COVID. Kawhi has a sprained ACL. Scott Brooks parted ways with the Wizards. Stan Van Gundy fired by the Pelicans.
Yay.
Donnie Nelson part ways with the Mavs. LaMelo won Rookie of the Year, which he won Rookie of the Year in Australia in 2019-2020, and then he wins it again with the NBA.
Dang.
Good for him. Jokic hung out with a horse, and the Sixers blew a 26-point lead. Clippers won in Utah without Kawhi. Did we miss anything? I don't know.
Dude,
if
that
we did. We
Jokic
probably
with the
did.
horse was the greatest thing ever.
But
hey, she's a nice lady.
that was the NBA yesterday. That was one sport, and that was in America.
Yeah, a lot of news going on
that
yesterday.
was one league, one sport. We go to the Utah Jazz, who decided to put their wounds out and shoot 54 three-pointers last night.
Damn.
26 twos. That's the most three-point attempts by any team in the NBA playoff game.
That's crazy. That is crazy amount of threes. You imagine that 20 years ago in the NBA?
No, they would frown on that.
Right.
In fact, the older coaches told players, don't take threes.
Right.
And they'd scream at them if they did. They took too many threes.
54. That's insane.
Mm-hmm.
Corey, guess who showed up last night? Playoff P.
No, that was PG-13. But
Okay.
yeah.
Or PG-13. He got 37 points, 16 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 points, 12 from 22. He's the first Clipper with a 35, 15, and 5 playoff game in franchise history.
Not shocking. It's the Clippers.
Yeah, they don't have much of a history.
We have today, which is the 17th of June, Thursday. We'll go back to a long time ago, 1880, where a Providence Grays MLB pitcher John M. Ward threw the perfect game, and it would be the second perfect game in the National League in 6 days. The next one would take 84 years.
It's a long time.
That is a very long time. What's the most runs in an inning of baseball?
Oof. I don't know. Probably what, 16?
I was gonna say 16.
16.
Wow.
It is 17 by the Boston Red Sox in one inning. Damn. Maz, this is probably his favorite day ever. 1994, O.J. Simpson. He does not turn himself in on murder charges. L.A. police chase him in his Ford Bronco for 1 hour and 30 minutes.
Wow.
He eventually gives up. It is seen on national TV.
Yeah, I remember being a freshman in high school, and they put the TVs, they rolled the TVs in, and we got to watch OJ on the Lam. It was crazy.
Man, if I knew that, I would have worn my shirt today.
The free OJ?
No, I have a shirt that has a white Bronco and it says the juice is loose.
That was a crazy scene, man.
So we'll see if Maz talks about it on the hook. He very well may.
I'm sure he was.
So-
He still thinks OJ's innocent.
I met O.J. Simpson.
Did you?
Is he a nice guy?
No, I didn't like him. I thought
okay.
he was an ass.
Okay.
Should have had this with you.
I should have.
He may have used that. Anyways, we have a birthday today.
That was a good one, Fish.
We have a birthday. I do not condone violence.
Murder's not funny, though.
We have a birthday. He's a Detroit Lion. I believe he's a kicker, Jason Hansen.
Oh, the legend.
Yeah, our all-time leading scorer, Jason Hansen.
Shout out to him.
Yep.
We have another birthday. It's a tennis player, Venus Williams.
Oh, nice.
1980. Not the sister Serena. They're two different people.
Thank you for that.
Nobody cares about
I think that's why they have different names, too.
It's Venus, the older and not as talented sister.
Oh.
Well, I
Or
don't
as
know.
rich.
At one point, Venus was cold.
She was good.
But
and then
she's
Serena
a little older,
overtook
so
her.
Yeah.
Serena had to catch up.
Yeah.
They both got great booties. That's all I know.
I just want people to know that Venus, his birthday is not Serena, so do not go to Serena's social media and say happy birthday because she might get angry because it's not her birthday.
Damn it, I got to take that down now.
Dang, Stick just impressed me again. He likes black ladies' booties.
Oh, dude, black women love me for some reason.
Because you like their booties.
Oh, well, okay, there's that.
Man.
But when I hosted clubs, man,
Really?
I'm telling you, like, white girls, they're okay with. Black girls,
Okay, if you
Love
say
me.
a sister,
See-
your booty is a cutie, they're like, okay, I'm with you.
Yeah.
That's what I love about black girls. They let it be known
if
that
they
they're
like
hitting
you.
on you.
Yes.
See, I'm this is a proud moment because I'm gonna be honest. Most white guys I know do not like black girls with big butts.
They don't.
They say
don't.
they say they're too big.
It's probably
Yeah.
back then.
I mean, there is a such thing as too big, but I don't think it's specific to any color.
Now,
There's
no,
certain
wait a
ones.
minute. Now, fellas, let me tell you, I'm a little older here. When I was in college, when I was a freshman in college, white girls had flat asses.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We've evolved. White girls have
By
evolved.
the time I graduated,
Long back.
they
literally.
they didn't. The asses started to get plump.
Yeah.
I said, See that caused.
Clap it up. Yeah.
That-
yeah, look at that.
Evolution, baby.
But it caused a problem for brothers though,
Yeah.
because we're not supposed to touch white girls, and we could always say, well, I don't like the white girl because she don't have an ass. And then when they start developing ass, you're like, oh my god!
Now what's my excuse?
Yeah,
I have no excuse now.
Yeah, that was trouble for me growing up. I started glistening like. You ever seen that meme of what was that key or is it peel? I think it's peel. Man, I was just sweating like.
Oh yes, yeah, yeah. No, I mean, I like a big ass. That's all right. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, Joey is a big ass.
Thank you very much.
Is that it, Fish?
Yeah, those are the facts. We'll be back for Friday.
Fish, do you like a big ass?
Can I actually proudly say the weekend?
Yeah.
Weekend!
Fish, do you like a big ass?
Long back or fat ass?
I was asking about clapping cheeks yesterday.
I'm gonna make an assumption. I shouldn't do it. Fish does not like big asses.
It doesn't really matter.
Hey, all right. Just put it on them, baby.
But you should, man. Give you something to tap. You know, boom, play the bongo. Little fella.
Give you a little tap.
Boom, 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 boom.
Fish playing the bongo.
You should like big asses, brother.
Clap them cheeks. Clap them cheeks.
Yeah.
Whatever. It doesn't really matter to me. But
Fish likes them all, huh? Fish got no type. That's what we learned.
Right.
I do not. I like sports, though. That's what I like.
Welcome to Woodward Sports.
And that could be a sport, too.
Definitely cardio.
Yeah.
All right, let's do the dumbass of the day right now.
I think it's us.
World's dumbest criminal.
Well, so much for me calling him savvy because he had no idea where he's on the field.
And he causes too many timeouts. It's a technical foul.
Dumbass!
Man, if we're talking about fat black booty, I'm going to show one on the camera right here. Inside of a McDonald's inside of Ohio, where the woman was later arrested Monday morning. And it's happened at 9:40 in the morning. So it's not an argument over breakfast being closed at 10 o'clock like they do back in the day. You remember that? That was the worst. This is over slushies and them not allowing her to mix 3 slushy flavors. Here you go.
Hey, get out! Touch me! Are you crazy? Okay, don't touch me! Touch me! I'll destroy you! Joey, let go! Do not touch my boss! You just want to be in your face! Bitch! Get out. I'll destroy you! Fuck out! Bitch! It's not worth the shot. Stop. Get the fuck out! Bitch! No! No! You get the fuck out! Okay. Honey, I don't know what's wrong with you. Sorry, I've been up all day. I'm sorry, I know what's sorry. Good. Yes, the bitch. Do not touch my boss. Get out! John assaulted her. She could put you in jail. Go ahead. I don't give a fuck. She's got you on video. You assaulted her and me. Fuck. You hit me and her. I don't give a fuck. You could go to prison. Okay, then I'll go to assault and battery. Then I'll go to prison. Do not touch her again. I don't go to fucking honey, prison. Don't touch my boss again. Whatever. What? Please. Bounce. What the fuck ever. Shit. Thank you, sir.
Safe to say, I don't think she got the 3 slushies mixed in, though.
Man, that must be a really good flavor.
You know what? She's got a big ass, and she is a big ass.
Exactly.
Then that is our dumb ass of the day.
It's slushies.
Corey's been going crazy over there. What happened?
The Madden cover has been revealed.
Already?
It's official.
Not the fake one.
The official one.
Okay.
And
Is that June 17th? Oh,
it is the MVP edition.
I mean, we did say it was a goat, and it looked like it was a baby goat.
I don't like that.
Goat and baby goat, man.
There it is.
I wanted Brady with young Brady or something.
They punked out.
Patriots Brady. They punked out.
I mean, that was the narrative of the Super Bowl, goat versus the young goat, so might as well throw it on the Madden
Yeah,
cover.
but one goat got his ass kicked, though. Wasn't like it was 28-27 and coming down to the wire.
And switch it up. He was just on the cover, Madden 20. Switch it up a little bit.
Ooh, what's up, Fish?
Ain't no curse
So
for
it
Brady.
said
Come on.
MVP edition. Does that mean there's going to be multiple editions of the game? Where they have like the deluxe version and the light version.
Probably.
And
They do that a
the
lot.
bronze version.
It's probably going to be the same cover but different tiers. Like, you know, get more stuff.
Okay, that's what they're asking, if they were going to make a different cover. I know there's different tiers. I don't know if they were going to have a different cover. Like, that's the MVP one.
Yep.
Maybe they'll have another one with just Mahomes or just Brady.
I don't know. That's what they released, and that's all we know as of now. And, you know, we heard the little teaser video saying that there was going to be 2 goats, and I would say there's 2 goats.
Yeah.
But Mahomes, is he a goat yet?
No.
He's a GOAT to be.
Let's have that conversation tomorrow. And thank you guys for waking up with us on the Woodward Sports Network. Baligian and Bell is up next, but it's going to be Baligian and Foster up next. Right. So I'm glad you came in with the heat this morning. You have a great show from 11 to 1. And don't forget, you can qualify for your chance to kick for crypto at noon and 4 p.m. today. And also, don't forget, 2 p.m. today, it all goes down. WSN1. Me versus Easy. You can bet it right now on mybookie.com.
That's amazing.
Dude, I never thought in my life I'd be able to say that. So
WSN1.
Dude,
WSN1, baby.
You never thought you'd be able to search stick on mybookie.com and your name pop up on a fight.
Right. Look at Fish. Fish, show us your moves, buddy. How's it going to go down today, Fish?
No, you got to show us.
It's going to be a fun one. It's going to be enjoyable.
Yeah, keep doing what you're doing.
Did you bet on it?
Not yet. I will, though.
How much?
I mean, I'll put 50 on myself. I'll double my money.
Or what you do is you put money on easy, so it's a win-win.
I'm not putting money on easy.
It's a win-win.
No.
It's a win-win.
I'm the underdog.
No, if you bet both guys, you end up losing because...
Yeah, don't bet on yourself, I'm saying, because if you win, I don't care about what money. I just beat him. That's it. Bragging rights for
I'm
money.
saying pride outweighs money. I'm saying I like both. So we'll see you guys tomorrow, 8 a.m. till 10 a.m. right here on the Woodward Sports Network. Have a great Thursday.